So how all of y'all doing today, man? How many of you was able to see the classic live stream yesterday with O'Shea? How many of y'all was able to see that? Oh, I'm doing good. Shout out to the boy Oculus out there. I see you. We got some powerful today, guys. I'm just about to start right here now. Well, anyway, if you didn't get to see the show yesterday, I got the link in the description. How are black people supposed to act to get white approval? Today's show is kind of gonna be some things that was continued from that show from O'Shea. We had the Avise show on there and a lot of more people. Shout out to them. Shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. That was a powerful show. Sonetta came through. One of the boys by the name of Brother Moses. Very eloquent, well-spoken brother. He came through. We got a chance to build. Basically, what went down on O'Shea channel yesterday was like a big gathering of people who from these different communities that don't agree. I was like, what the fuck? Because I was over there on O'Shea panel. And we was building on the topic, you know, and the topic, like I said, how are black people supposed to act to get white approval? It was a powerful show. Shout out to the brother O'Shea. Now, I disagreed with so many points over there, but it was so many people, you couldn't really just, you know, be long-winded. So I decided to go live today to show y'all some of the contradictions, right, in what we call the pro-black community. Now, someone early in the chat room said, Brother Sanchez, don't let this just be another entertainment gossip type video. He said, brother, come with some solutions. Well, I got a couple of notes here. Most of these notes come from yesterday's show with O'Shea, so I get to finish them here. I'll open up the panel at some point as well. But just to start off, let me just say, before we get into this show, I need everybody to listen up and do me a big favor. Get in the description of this video and donate to the GoFundMe. This is not mine. I won't get a dime. This is for a family that's helping their son fight leukemia. I know the family. They've been following this channel for a while. They're a part of this community. And I won't expose their name until they, you know, decide to have it exposed. But, you know, I want you guys to click on the link. If you can't donate, at least tweet it out and share it. We got to reach this goal. We got to reach this goal. So we're going to start the show in a minute, but we got to get this GoFundMe. Let me put it out there again. Anything you can give will help Johnny fight leukemia. Okay, I already donated and I will be donating more. Any super chat donations that we get today, half of it will go to Johnny to help fight leukemia. So if you want to give super chat donations today, you can help Johnny. I'm taking half on it. Shout out to all the people that's dropping the big money on this because we helping save a life. This one of our brothers, a family that's dear to the community, and we all should go put something on this GoFundMe to help. All right. Help the Riggs family and help Johnny fight leukemia. I'm going to keep putting the link out there. Okay, and I'm going to do that throughout the show. Shout out to Jamaican Titan. I want to see y'all over there on that GoFundMe helping Johnny fight leukemia. We can do that now, guys. Come on now. We said we're truthers. Now let me get into this because we got so much to go over. And I'm going to do it in a little time because I'm organized. I got notes. But like I said, if you didn't see yesterday's show, the Avise show was there. This guy got at least about 1 million subscribers, something like that. I don't know. He up in the hundreds of thousands. You know, O'Shea is an OG. I didn't feel like people was hearing me out on yesterday's panel. I was like, hold up. Y'all ain't hearing these Jews I'm dropping. So let me just state where I stand with the black conscious community and everything. Now, to the brother that asked me where's the solutions, I'm going to start the show off with that because that's actually one of the topics. This is a statement that I'm going to make that's not going to sit well with a lot of you, but I will debate anyone on this statement. There will be no collective solution for black people. I'll debate anybody on that. I'll debate anybody on that and I'll annihilate them respectfully. So people, shout out to my sister Sassy. I see her in the chat room. People, listen to what I'm telling you. There will be no collective solution for black people. Brother Sanchez, why do you say that? Well, it's because the collective solution for black people is individual empowerment. Think about that. Think about that. The collective solution for black people is individual empowerment. And otherwise, it ain't no collective power if each unit can't stand alone. In other words, if you got a chain and every link broken, you ain't got a chain, you just got a handful of metal. Every link got to be holding its own weight strong to make that chain. So for black people for so many years to be talking about what's the solution for us, realize that the root word of solution is soul. And I can't tell you what's the solution for your soul. Every individual came here with their own solution. A solution is something we use in science all the time. You can create a solution. Each solution is unique to each problem. I can't give you my solution and you think it's going to work for you because you in a different environment, a different circumstance, you got different desires than me. All of us ain't moving, in the same directions in life. There will be no collective solution for black people, and if it was going to be one, it would have been came. The collective solution for black people is individual empowerment. So when you say that, then it ain't no collective solution. When somebody say, Brother Sanchez, what's the solution for us? And I say to empower your own self first. Us can't empower us until you can empower you. Everybody know you can't have unity without every unit being strong as an individual. So there will be no collective solution for no particular race. If you think of every great group of people, that group of people is great because every individual making up that great group is great. Even their piece of shit individuals are better than ours. So we got to get out of the mindset of showing up on YouTube asking a person, what's the solution for us? That's laughable. Are you really still doing stuff like that? You think you can go on a live stream and get the solution for an entire people and some dude gonna give you a 30-minute video that's gonna work for millions of people and all of them millions of different people gonna follow this one solution? Got to be a boom! Now think about how stupid this is. You can't get 50 black folks to agree on where we gonna have dinner at tonight. Whoa, let me spin around on that one. I got to spin around for that shit. Whoa. You can't get 15 black people to agree on where we gonna have dinner at tonight. But yet you've been having imposters come and go saying that they got one solution for millions of black people. Good luck with that. And we'll keep waiting on it. Now, when I come along with the real solution, don't nobody want to hear it. You know why? We didn't really want solutions for real. What we wanted was sound good, feel good. What we wanted was, Did you hear what that brother said? Ooh, black power. What? Hey, see, Say that again. That's all we wanted. We wanted little groups to sit around, talk a bunch of shit, sound smart, sip tea, front like we got solutions. Now, I was on O'Shea's show yesterday, and the climax part of the show, when I went to talking about the deception of the powers that be, it kind of got quiet, like, uh-oh, here go the conspiracy shit. 10 minutes later, after I had brought up fraternities and boule and stuff, two other brothers on the panel who was getting the most kudos, were getting a lot of kudos on the panel, came out and said, well, the brother right about that. I got a lot of my credentials from my Alpha Phi Alpha brothers. So I met two A Phi A members yesterday, two successful brothers, very well spoken. But I think the contradicting part of it all, the irony of it, right? You got these two successful black men who admitting that they wouldn't be successful if it weren't for who they know. They was admitting that they wouldn't be successful if they didn't join this frat. So when it was my turn to talk again, I said, hey guys, maybe that's the problem. Maybe the American dream is bullshit and it ain't what you know. Maybe it is who you know. Maybe we need to be telling that to our children instead of work harder, man. You got to work 3 times harder than the white man. Black power, we ain't working together. Ain't no unity. You need to support black business. That's why you ain't making it, because you ain't doing enough. No. Think about what I'm telling you, what nobody want to talk about. I had 2 brothers who showed up on that powerful panel yesterday to discuss solutions for black people. And the brother unmuted his mic and he said, hey man, I can't lie. I joined A Phi A and I owe my success basically to that. That's basically what he said. And another brother unmuted his mic and said, yeah, brother, you my alpha brother. We got to talk after the show. They didn't let me get the mic back, but what I was going to say after that was, no, we don't need to talk after the show. If we're here on a black show giving solutions for black people and you two guys just admitted that y'all's success come from joining fraternities, why would you discuss that after the show? Think about what I'm saying. Y'all need to be having shows telling these young black kids how to join fraternities, what's the best fraternities to join. Tell these children how you got successful instead of beat up on them talking about you ain't working hard enough. You ain't doing this hard enough. See, a lot of these people are imposters. They join fraternities and they got ahead in life. And now they go out in the communities trying to sell your children the American dream. Ain't no American dream. But the American reality is it ain't what you know, it's who you know. The millionaires in this country is little dumb knuckleheads who's doing mumble rap and shit like that. So, matter of fact, I want y'all to hit like real quick on this and share this, man. This is gonna be a powerful video. Think about what I'm saying, right? Think about what I'm saying. That was a powerful show and it taught us a lot. We learned that these fraternities do play a role in how good you do or not. Think about it. You tell your kids, man, you got to go to college, study hard, do this, do that, and they do all of that and they barely get by in life and still owe these colleges hella money. On the other hand, a knucklehead went to college who don't know half of what your child know, ain't worked half as hard as your child worked, but he joined a fraternity or a sorority. He joined a fraternity or a sorority and they end up making leeway in life, making strides in life. See what I'm saying? It ain't what you know, it's who you know. And that ain't being taught. That ain't being taught. What I heard on that panel yesterday was real talk. No offense to nobody on the panel. No offense to none of these black shows that do this, because all of them guilty. And shout out again to that powerful show and powerful panel yesterday. I hope to have them guys on my show. I hope they invite me on again. But I got to be real with you now. What I see is what I see in all of these black conscious communities, where you have, on one hand, you got all these pro-black saying that the white man got it where you can't win. They saying the white man designed this shit for you to lose. They saying that the white man designed this shit no matter what you do, black man, the monkey on your back. They telling you that on one hand, and on the next hand, they telling you, man, we need more black businesses. A lot of y'all ain't doing enough in the community. A lot of y'all ain't got no, you ain't getting no money. You ain't do. I'm gonna take Brother Polite for example. Not to pick on him, shout out to the brother, but just to make an example. Before Polite had money, he was saying that type stuff. The white man this, the white man making it hard for our people. But when he ended up moving to Beverly Hills, having a lot of money, he's now making videos talking to our people like, look, y'all ain't doing enough. You broke because, you lazy, or you broke because these reasons, and you broke because these reasons. He forgot he was once one of them broke people, a victim to this system. This system ain't designed for everybody to be wealthy. It ain't designed for everybody to be successful. It ain't designed for everybody to own a business. If everybody own a business, who gonna work at the damn businesses? If every last individual own a business, who gonna be the employees? The system ain't designed but for a few percentage to rule, and that ain't even based upon the color. So the whole philosophy and psychology of the pro-black is flawed and self-destructive, counterproductive as well. And you can prove it when you go to these pro-black think tanks and you sit there with an open mind and listen to a dialogue that's really circular and really will never promote the children to take action for change. What it'll do is it'll make our children want to run podcasts. The purpose of these podcasts is to put a message out there to make our children want to take over the earth, not to become podcasters. We make this look good on YouTube with our popcorn and our drinks, calling ourselves discussing solutions. But like I said, there will be no collective solution for black people without an individual empowerment. You can't put a bunch of pieces of shit together and make a gold link out of them. I'm sorry. You can't put a bunch of doo-doo in a pot and fool the people like it's diamonds. Nothing from nothing leads to nothing. You gotta have something if you wanna be with me. What are we saying? Each individual got to be empowered before you can even try to bring them together. The puzzle pieces won't even fit right if each individual ain't empowered. Why you think ain't no unity in the black community? Why? The only people unified is the ones that's like-minded, that clicked up together for one particular mission that will benefit them as a group. And if you join that group, you can eat with them. But all of these groups ain't gonna come together because it's a business. It ain't a real nation building. I'm coming along telling you that integration is the only way. In fact, you already integrated. Now that's another topic we want to bring up, but let me stay on my notes here. Another topic I want to debate in the future is slavery. Does slavery still affect us now, and how deep does it affect us today? Write that down, people in the chat, people who want to join me on the panel, people who want to speak on that, write that one down. All right, that's a good one. We skip over that a lot. Who's the real enemy? Who is they? We got to identify them so that we know who to attack, because once you identify the enemy, ain't nothing else to talk about. It's time to fight now. Once I show you who shot your house up, why are you still talking? I just showed you who did it. Why are you still talking? Two reasons why you would still be talking. Either you're scared or you didn't really identify who the enemy was. So you don't know where to go, who to get. And I think it's the latter one. I think as black people, we never identify the enemy. Now, your real enemy look exactly like you. And blacks' worst problem are themselves. That's something we can debate too. Let me get this off my chest. Black people really want to rise up. They will change the things that's valuable to them. Write it down. You can use my pen. Simple statement, but it's powerful and true. Write it down. You ain't gonna get this from the damn chicken session. Black people really want to change what they aptitude and they attitude. They really want to make heights. Change what's valuable to them. When you look at what we spend on, you can see where our heart really at. All right, so think about what I'm saying here. We had a show and the question was, how do we gain white approval? I said we don't gain white approval. If you approve of yourself, that's it. And you don't need no other approval outside of self-approval. And when you say self, that ain't even dealing with color. Now, here's the big contradiction of it all. These people teach you you can't trust the white man. The white man is the devil. Now, shout out to the brother Moses. Shout out to the brother Sarnetta. Got much respect for the brothers. Would like to debate them on some of these topics respectfully, especially the brother Moses. He's very respectful. Disagreed a couple of times with the guys on the panel, but they were so intelligent, very respectful. I love O'Shea's show. He got a bunch of bright minds and it's always mature individuals. It ain't a bunch of riffraff. So I'm actually learning a lot from them as well. You know what I'm saying? To be a bit more professional, because y'all know I can be ghetto as fuck. All right, so I like going over there chilling with them brothers, man. Shout out to them. So what I'm doing ain't no type diss or nothing. Hell no. This is gonna be interesting shit. When they see this, hopefully they'll be like, okay, it's going down, bro. Let's have the bills, because this is interesting. Shout out to what's the brother A1 AM1? Sorry, I ain't even pronouncing it right. Mr. Information, can't remember them all. Get in the link, check them brothers out. Go and subscribe to their channels. Check out their show. I am familiar with ABL, Anthony Brown, Logan as well. But let me keep on speaking on a lot. I need to let y'all know where I stand. Y'all don't hear me talk about this stuff a lot. You know I'm known for flat earth. So I'm just giving you my outlook on a lot of this stuff. All right, we got to change what's valuable to us. Sarnetta agreed with the brother Moses when he said that us blacks do have to gain white approval. The brother Moses came onto the panel. He disagreed with a lot of people who said, look, we don't got to gain white approval. The brother said, look, I'm sorry. White people own most of the things in this country, so you do have to gain their approval. And I said, well, that does make sense to a certain extent. So then we need to specify what kind of approval we need to gain. Because if I'm going to be approved of a credit card, chances are it's going to come from a white company. We ain't talking about that kind of approval. I get approved for a lot of credit cards. So you ask me, how do I gain white approval? How do blacks gain white approval? What kind of approval are we gaining? Credit card approval, house approval, land approval. We're not being specific. When you think about the title, what we're really asking is, how do we better fit in with the white man without feeling ashamed of who we are? Basically, that's the underlying question when you dissect the whole title of it. You really got to be psychological here. Because what kind of approval are we talking about? When I brought that up, nobody wanted to specify, because it would have looked stupid to really break it down for what it is and say, hey, we're not really talking about credit approval, financial approval, because that's individual. Think about what I said. There will be no collective solution for black people. And how do we gain white people approval? In other words, how do we get ahead? How do we rub elbows enough with those in power to make them say, hey, I'm going to give him a chance or give him a good job or give him the promotion? That's what we're saying. When we thinking like that, we're not thinking as a quote unquote race of people. We're thinking as a race of crabs in a bucket trying to see which one can tap dance the best to get out the motherfucking bucket. If all the crabs start moving around that bucket, shaking, getting mad, guess what? They'll flip the bucket over. But they rather be in the bucket singing to Massa saying, hey, choose me, Massa. So the whole thing about the pro-black mentality will never work as a solution for black people because there's never one solution for a collective. That's mathematically impossible. Nature, the only one that can do that. The one solution for all humanity, earth, wind, water, fire. If someone else controls those, can't no man come along and say he got a solution for 1 million people to give them those basic things that they need to sustain themselves. Earth give it to us, but can't nobody come along and tell a bunch of hurting, suffering people that's melanated across the entire earth, I got one solution that'll get all of y'all out of poverty. That's impossible. Especially when you teaching on the other hand that the system ain't built for us to win. Stop asking for solutions and start going within because you were sent here. Your solution is in your soul, not on YouTube. Stop showing up the Bro Sanchez TV and any one of these other imposters who telling you that they got a solution for you. You the only one can make a solution for you. That's why the root word of it is soul. And everybody got their own unique soul. If you drink someone else's solution, it'll poison you. It'll help them. It'll help. Their solution will work for them. But when you drink they shit, buddy, it's like you having an illness and he having an illness. Y'all got two different illnesses and the doctor try to treat y'all with the same medicine. Like a fool. We got to wake up in these communities. There is no collective solution. The collective solution is individual empowerment. So how do you gain approval from a devil? Because you got a lot of that in these communities. Like black people, we embarrassing ourselves in front of these white people. Black people, if you did this and did that, the white man would hire. Then you got the other ones that's saying, well, fuck the white man. They say they got too much pride to want something from the white man. But subliminally, they will still ask questions like, how do we gain white people approval? When white people see that topic, you ought to imagine how that make a white person feel. When I never saw white people make videos say, how do we gain black people approval? So I love the topic because it's thought-provoking and it gets us thinking on this level. So like I said, shout out to the brother O'Shea platform. He got powerful content over there. Make sure you go subscribe. I support that brother. Sarnetta popped up and surprised me when he started agreeing with the brother Moses saying that we should gain white people approval. Sarnetta agreed that we should gain white people approval. And if I'm not mistaken, I thought that Sarnetta taught that the white man was a caveman devil who we can't trust. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I can be corrected. Shout out to Sarnetta. This ain't no disrespect. This a young brother just wanting to question my intellectual brothers. All of y'all some intelligent brothers, and I got questions for you. I want to talk about this. I want to know, how can a white man be a devil, a person you can't trust on one hand, but on the other hand, we need to gain their approval? How do you gain the approval of the devil without doing evil? Oh shit, y'all. My heart about to pop out of my chest. Did you hear what I just said? Did you hear what I just, this one of the most powerful streams that's ever been done in the black conscious community, but it'll never be popular as something like, why did such and such marry such and such? She's swirling. That shit go viral, but not this. Think about what I'm telling you. How can on one hand you say white people are a devil we can't trust, and on the other hand you agree that we need to gain the devil's approval? How do you gain the devil approval without compromising? Because now you cutting a deal with the motherfucking devil now. Think about the mentality of these people. And a lot of them, like we said, they join fraternities, they join sororities, they join masonry. They're cutting deals with the devil. They're compromising. You can't empower your people as a whole while pledging to another society on the low that their whole mission is to go against your people. Can't serve two masters. You can't tell your people this white man a devil, but yet you wear a Greek ladder behind closed doors and you affiliated with this devil and owe your success to this devil. If you want to be real with our children, tell them the truth. Okay, if you feel the white man is a devil, fine. Teach your children that. Who am I? I can just give you my belief. I think that's bullshit. But if you think the white man is a devil, good for you. Here's the reality part. You also teach that you got to gain this devil's approval. You also teach, most of y'all teach that joining a frat or a sorority will give you great benefits. We know that fraternities, sororities, masonry go against the people, go against the future of your children and keep the rich richer and the poor. These guys are gate guards. So what am I saying? I'm not calling anybody a gate guard. I'm telling you what the frat members and all of them really are. That's another debate we can have with our frat brothers and all of them. We love you, but we got to keep it real. You took an oath, and that oath ultimately goes against us. This is how they divide and conquer. So when the shit hit the fan and I come up on a panel and I say, hey, you say the white man is a devil, but we still need the devil's approval. Two of you guys on the panel admitted that you joined societies, but that you wanted to talk about it behind closed doors. That's the problem right there, y'all. The things in secret is what's hurting us. The conversations we really need to have on the live streams publicly is what the black people who controlling our communities have it in private. They controlling you in private while showing up in public saying, hey man, you need to do this, you need to do finances better, you need to get your credit better. None of that. You need to join a fraternity. You need to join a masonry lodge. They won't tell you that. I won't join these things. I think it's selling out. But if you really want to know the truth, when these people call the white man a devil, but they still say we need the approval of white man, how do you do that? How do you get the approval of the devil? You join it. It's called Greek fraternities, Greek societies, Freemasonry, priesthoods. That's what's going on. That's what I wanted to bring up in that powerful stream. But y'all, do you know how much damage that would have done to a lot of people's infrastructure? Hold up a second. We about to continue to crank up some more. I know you see Bobby Schmurder up there. I'm about to go somewhere with this because we talking about gaining approval from the devil. All right. But before we do that, I need my moderators to help me share this link. Guys, come on. Don't send me no super chats this show. If any super chats you was going to send me this show, send it to the link. I'm going to continue the show, but I need y'all to donate to Johnny, man. We want to help save a life. We can do that. You guys can help save a life. If you ain't got money, then share this thing everywhere. Donate to Johnny. He's a young man fighting leukemia. We want to help his family reach that goal. We can do that. So I keep putting the links out there. Come on, people. Do have a heart. All right, now let me talk to my people some more. Why I got Bobby Schmurder up there? He's a young millionaire. We talk about how do you gain success. We already established that the American dream is bullshit. It ain't designed for everybody to make it out. When we show up on these panels talking about how can black people be empowered, we don't keep it real. If you say that the devil run the world, how do you get empowered in a world where the devil run it if you still want to be a part of the devil's system like a lot of these pro-blacks do? Because they don't withdraw like us. I withdraw from the system. I get supported straight by the people. If y'all don't support me, then I'm not looking too good that month with my bills. But luckily I do other things beside this to compensate. So I got a plan. I support myself. I'm self-made, self-employed. Everybody not like that. So what advice are they getting from these black business gurus and all of this? Basically ways to allow the system to exploit you more than yourself. The advice that our children get from a lot of these so-called intelligent pro-black channels is advice that's teaching them how to market themselves better so that the beast can exploit them more. The advice I'm giving our children is advice that's saying, hey, fuck going to audition for the beast. You don't got to even run in the rat race if you exploit your own self. You see my charisma when I say like a fool. You see my level of research and how my personality attached to a lot of people. My music may not be the best, but people rock with it because it's me. It's me. You can't duplicate it. I'm exploiting myself. For many years, I allowed others to exploit me and get money from my talents. That's what we're teaching our children. You need to put on a better suit. You need to get a better degree so that you can get a better boss that's going to exploit you for a better price. That's false game. As we move forward, that's how to change. You don't want a better boss that's going to exploit you for the best price. You don't want a boss. Even if you make less, working for yourself is more valuable to own your own than to be punching a damn clock. And this is what our parents ain't teaching our children because we chasing the dollar instead of the long-term goals. So many black people made fucked up business decisions thinking for now. And I see a lot of that type mentality. I owned my business when I was 16. When I was 16 years old, Brother Sanchez was helping his mama pay the bills. You hear me? Most of y'all wouldn't know nothing about that. That's Alabama shit. You had to go out in the straw field when you was young. It's a lot of poverty in Bama. I wouldn't trade where I came from for nothing because it turned me to my own boss. Look, I can go work a job and make more money than what I make now, but I have a boss. I take a pay reduction to say I'm a boss and grow my shit. I give myself every year I give my own self a raise because my business is growing. But most black people don't think like that. They say, look, that job got $25 an hour. They retire at that job, an old man. They don't even get a pension. I saw so many people work for companies for years and years like my grandma did. And a company do some fuck shit right before they about to retire to keep them from getting that money. They doing it, y'all, and they taking more money from the pensions and all of that. The only people that's going to be winning in the future is the people that's got laboring jobs, plumbers, barbers, landscapers, masonry, people that can do real work that's going to always be needed. They getting rid of employees, replacing you with robots. While black conscious people still telling you how to get good loans, to get good degrees, and to get good jobs. You got Negroes in suits that's still trying to sell you the American dream when really, if you look at Bobby Shmurda right now, he's showing you the American dream. Let me show you how you win in this society, black people, because I'm giving you the cold truth that a lot of these pro-black channels ain't going to give you. If your children want to win in this society, this is what they got to do. Let me show you. I want y'all to look at this young black man perform. He's fucking pouring his heart out right now. This performance right now, this nigga is performing like if he get it wrong, they gonna throw him in some boiling hot water. He know if he don't get this shit right, he going back to the goddamn ghetto. But what is he doing to get out the ghetto right now? Promote the same shit that fused the ghetto. You say, what's the solution for black people? You say, how do we gain approval of the devil? I'm trying to show you. This is how Bobby Shmurda gained approval of the devil, and it made him a millionaire. Stop showing up on these streams asking questions we already know. Do we really want the devil's approval, or do we want self-approval? Because that's what I'm trying to come with. Otherwise, we wasting discussion time. The people that really need to talk the most, they don't have a voice. So I'm going to change that now with this platform, and I'm going to change the conversation up a little bit. This is deep stuff. Look at this young man. Look at this young man perform his guts out in front of all these white people. And shout out to white people. I'm not racist at all. We know that these companies owned by rich white Jews. And what I'm pointing out is contradiction. Excuse me. People like Bobby Shmurda and these rappers, they get a pass in the pro-black community because they give to the hood. They give money to the hood. You don't see these pro-blacks really going hard on the rappers and stuff. In fact, you'll see Farrakhan, taking pictures with them, saying how good role models they are, how they can using their stardom for role models. But the fact that these guys are our children's role models should show why we're in the positions we are. The excuse is, man, you got to respect these rappers because our children look up to them. No, you don't have to respect them for that. You have to disrespect these parents, the fact that their children look up to these type motherfuckers. If you're a parent and your child look up to these type people, it ain't the fact that we got to respect the rappers because our children looking up to them. No, we need to disrespect the parents because the children looking up to them. Why are we compromising? See, when I was in the military, the fucking drill sergeants that yelled the loudest, the drill sergeants that was the biggest dicks, had the most shit hottest flights, man. Them old drill sergeants that was scared to yell at their troops, them drill sergeants that, was scared to discipline their troops, when it was time to march, they flights looked like bullshit. They went on the same page, they weren't sharp, niggas is off step. And that's a reflection of they motherfucking drill sergeant. The flight I was on, I had a drill sergeant by the name of Tech Sergeant Outlaw. That was his real last name. Had a mouthful of bracelets. His favorite line was, "You gotta be shitting me." And man, he didn't play. He did not fucking play. You can do all good and think you're going to get rewarded, and Sergeant Outlaw reward you by punishing you. He'll make you start seeing punishment as a treat. We was called a junkyard dogs. I'll never forget it. I learned then what it take to make greatness. Not patting motherfuckers on the back for not doing nothing in this victimized dialogue we see in a lot of these pro-black communities. It's the people who they calling coons telling they ass the truth. But since don't nobody want to hear it, don't nobody progress. I'm going to tell you who winning in the black community. This video show you who winning. They looking at this young man and they're thinking in their mind, is his peers gonna believe him? Is he's gonna sell the image right of killing each other, sagging your pants, acting like a fucking fool? Is he's gonna sell that image right to his people? He's not holding the gun right. I'm not convinced that he'll shoot me. Maybe we ought to sign someone else who's more believable and that they'll actually kill you. And he's got to stand up there and go through all of these dumb movements to prove to this room of people that, hey, I'm gangster. I kill another nigga. So give me the money. And I can teach this image to him. And you see, this what y'all up against, but this what don't nobody want to discuss. That's why when you come to Bro Sanchez, you don't come over here to be entertained. You may be entertained, but you're going to be awakened. Let me show you another one. Here's a black youngster, right? These guys are I want you to know something. These dudes come from communities where no bullshit. I know what kind of life it is in these communities. I know where Bobby Shmurda come from in Brooklyn. They bout that life. They bodying niggas. This ain't no game. And by the way, over 50 black people just got shot up this weekend in Chicago. Did you hear me? I don't think y'all hearing me today. Over 50 black people got shot and killed in Chicago this weekend. It ain't on none of these black news channels. Why? Because it's normal shit. You got the blame game continually going on these pro-black channels while we the biggest blame for our own fratricide. You got pro-blacks talking about Black Lives Matter, but ain't never done a protest in front of an abortion clinic. Think about what I'm saying. Abortion is the #1 cause of death in the black community. If Black Lives Matter, and all of these pro-blacks will have a motherfucking podium set up in front of Planned Parenthood and abortion clinics. You got rich white folks saying, hey man, the poor folks can't afford abortions, so we gotta be fair, man. We gonna help them pay for abortions. And pro-black saying, hey, that's right. You can't get mad for these women for taking that because y'all black men ain't doing that. How else she gonna afford the baby? The baby is the things we need to value. We are boarding the babies in these black communities to go get good jobs from the beast. When the baby will free you. The baby is the currency, it's the future, it's your seed. But we get abortions to go to work. Other people breed their children to be successful, and they know that these kids sprout up so quick, they don't have to worry about getting a pension from the beast. Their children are their pension. They done put so much game, they done invested so much in their children have done great things, and that is the work of the parent. Now you can sit back and you didn't invest yourself into another man's legacy. Your legacy feeding you now. But you got to gamble on yourself. You can either take a gamble on yourself or you can just die old at a job like my grandma did. But when are you going to take one of them paychecks? When are you going to get one of these loans and gamble on yourself and say, fuck it, if I go in debt, I just go in debt. After all, what the fuck is debt? Y'all stuck in the mental matrix. I would run, if I was you, this here's my thing. You want to talk finances? Run your credit up. My advice is for you to go and get fucking credit card, establish credit, start business. That's another way you can do it. A lot of us don't do that because they said we can't get it, but we can get everything else though. We can show up for award shows and all that shit. Instead of, think about this, we in a time now where the black conscious community's having award shows. Not hating on it. But wouldn't it be dope if we had talent shows for the children instead of award shows for grown ass men who self-proclaiming that they done so much, but we don't see the fruits of their work in our communities? We don't see shit getting better. In fact, we see it getting worse. We're focusing too much on dusty ass old niggas full of ego who make an illusion like they done so much, but the ghettos are worse than what they were. We can't been have done so much. As we'll see the result of our work, but we don't. So it ain't time to get awards. It ain't time to have award shows for grown men to stroke their ego when the communities is getting worse. It's actually time to have talent shows and put the children before y'all old ass dusty niggas. It makes me cringe. We invest our money to see old dusty niggas get a wooden dusty ass plaque that's gonna get dust on it too. For fucking categories that's laughable. When we really need to invest that time in our children. Most of these niggas that's talking about they need an award, they children will be standing up there dancing, doing something, saying, "Daddy, look, mama, look." And they'll be like, "No, not right now. Move out the way. I'm studying for a lecture." And you got awards to give to all these lecturing ass niggas who keeping us stagnant while ignoring the future. Your children right in your face with all this talent. Instead of us putting our money together, showing the children, promoting that type shit, showing them you can learn as a child about electronics, about this, about that. In the black community, we need to promote that type of shit instead of, "Hey, brother such and such the best debater. Brother such and such got the best video on a white man having tails and coming from Europe. Hey, you know brother such and such ripped the Moor's ass off last year with that metaphysical DVD." Fuck all of that. We talking about all that while we ignoring our future. Our children in there putting together blocks, Rubik's Cubes. Your child in the room don't even get your attention while you stroking some of these niggas' ego with a dashiki on. And they the future. And you wonder why we ain't getting nowhere. Because they gonna grow up want to be pseudoscientists. They gonna grow up on YouTube channels. Why? Because they see award shows, niggas being awarded for making YouTube videos. There's nothing we doing for our children because we too big. We can't get out the fucking mirror of our own old ass self. That's the problem in a lot of these games. The old folks don't want to pass the baton. They hating on the young niggas. I'm a prime example. You got award shows to award old niggas for doing nothing. And you ain't got no talent shows to show our children that we actually interested in y'all talent. And that we actually will reward y'all and reward you children for coming up with little inventions and little writing your own little books. When I came up in Alabama, they had shit like that. They had the Young Authors Conference. That's how I became a published poet. I owe that to white people. I had a white teacher named Miss Kirkpatrick. In second grade, she saw my potential. I used to spend a night at my white teacher's house. And she used to tell me how great I was as a black man, how talented I was. That was coming from a white lady, a beautiful white lady. Her name was Miss Kirkpatrick. I remember her to this day. And my mama let me go spend a night at her house. She'll spoil me to death. And she gave me extra attention. They skipped me up 2 grades when I was at Midfield Elementary. They skipped me up. So I actually graduated before my time. I was skipped up. But they entered me into all of these little contests like the Young Authors. I was writing children's books as a child. I wrote 2 books, How Stars Came Along, How Flowers Came Along. Very interesting books. I won first place for one, second place for the other. But these were the things that made me creative. And to this day, I got published poetry all around the world. I didn't get paid for none of my published poetry because when I hopped out there, I was so thirsty for the attention, I didn't care about the money. When these people said, "We like your poem, we want to put it in our book," I didn't care. I was like, "You do? Put it in there, yes." So I got poetry published in a bunch of books that you can even look me up online at poetry.com, published poet, Brosancheztv. One of my famous poems or infamous poems is how running to myself. But enough of me just telling you how, as a child, I had an incentive to want to be creative. I had people reward me for doing creative shit, and it made me want to be more creative. Today, our children creativity only go to shaking their ass, only go to blaming the white man or being a victim, put on a red, black, or green flag, talking a bunch of alien dumb shit. You get awards for that today. You'll get an award for that today. Back in my day, we got an awards for other shit, using our brain, critical thinking. We got to bring that back. We don't need no more OGs accepting awards. We need children getting rewards. We need to show these children that they are the award. The moment your son, your daughter came out the womb, that was your award. That's a plaque that'll never get dusty. If we put them on stage and put them on a pedestal, our future will be great. But we can't help the people because we can't get over ourselves. We full of ego. We in the way. For so long in these black communities, men and dashikis with golden unks and big old headdresses and all of that have mesmerized you. This has been our downfall. We've put men on pedestals instead of the children on a pedestal. Okay, so you got a couple of folks doing good, selling hope to a lot of us who ain't doing so good, and they tell you the reason you ain't doing so good because you ain't accessing your melanin. The reason you ain't doing so good because you ain't vibrating high enough. The reason you ain't successful is because black people don't got this, or black people ain't doing this. But on another hand, the white man is a devil and we need to gain his acceptance. Ask the black leader who's so successful, how did he get his success? You will find out he didn't get his success by doing none of the shit he telling you to do. I keep telling you, most of your black leaders joined secret societies. That's why they got successful. If they wanted to teach us something about our culture, why haven't none of these great black teachers come out on their channel and tell us the history of fraternities and sororities? Tell us the benefit of joining them. All of your black leaders was in secret societies, but they never talked to you about that. They come out and talk to you and blame you why you can't get ahead, knowing that the reason they got ahead is because they sold out. Shout out to Sir Drop. Shout out to my sister, Real Talkaholic. Shout out to all of my moderators, Mad Scientists in the building, Jazzy Fox. Yeah, I don't want to make this like I'm disrespecting anybody. I'm venting right now, and y'all know I don't bite my tongue. We all men with thick skin. Like I said, I was in the military. My sergeant, he'll tell your ass something about you real quick that'll hurt your feelings. But it'll get you right. I come from that atmosphere of realness where I can love you and still say, man, look here, this shit ain't right, bro, and you tripping about this shit, dog. We could do that. That's why I love where I come from. We don't stroke each other's ego. We try to battle each other every chance we get, and if it means hurting your feelings, so be it. You know, so I got respect, mad love for all of my elders, the Sarnettas, and all of these people. I say you should continue to support them. I don't want to be no hater, man, but I do want to be able to voice my opinion and debate and talk to some of these guys on any platform respectfully. And even take criticism and advice from them. I'm sure I can learn a lot from them. You know, I already have. I learned a lot from these platforms, man. I wouldn't even have my platforms if it weren't for these guys. So let me give them their honor where honor is due. I'm saying we got so much work to do. Shit is it's like the harder we work, it's like we're digging a hole, right? And the more we push ourselves to dig this hole, the more it fill up. You would think that the more we dig, the deeper the hole will get. But it seemed like the more we dig, the more the hole fill up. Something's wrong. Someone's pushing dirt back down from the surface, muddying the water, so to speak. If knowledge is power and you have a people that are powerless, They don't have the knowledge. They don't have real knowledge. If truth will set you free and you have a group of people that ain't set free, they don't have truth. Perhaps they have lies. So, hold up a second. So again, there will be no unity without individual empowerment. Without each unit being strong, you can't have unity. And the problem with the Black conscious communities, they've been falsely promoting a collective solution when nature is the only one with a collective solution for humanity. No man can ever succeed at creating a collective solution. Anytime a man succeed at doing that, he's not creating a collective solution. He's creating a system of belief. Christianity, Islam, which says, hey, we got a collective solution over here. Look at all of us Muslims with our Muslim clothes on. Look at all of us Moors over here with our little more fazes on, because we got the solution. But the Moorish solution don't work for the Kemetic guy, so they debate. And the Kemetic guy solution don't work for the Aboriginal guy, so they debate, proving there is no collective solution for a people. What you calling a collective solution is a net full of minds that you've snared with beliefs and ideologies that sound good but produce nothing. It's not a collective solution. It's a collective agreement and consensus that we have the truth that will free not only Black people but the world. And you have the Kemetic priests saying that they have it. You got the Christians saying they got it. You got the Moors saying they got it. You got Nation of Islam saying they got it. Really ain't nobody got it. And they're all there to debate each other to make you think you need to choose one who really got it, but neither of them got it. They're there to waste time. You can't give one solution to a million people and think it's going, listen, this is not no one size fit all type shit. That's not the case when it comes to liberation. What the next man did to empower himself is 9 times out of 10 not going to work for me. That's why the root word of solution is soul. Go inside of your soul and pull out what the universe put within you, what you got to offer the world, and start exploiting yourself. Because if Bobby Shmurda and Black Youngster can do it, you can do it. Yeah, they dummies, but they smart enough to know I'm going to go exploit myself. And if I'm going to sell out, I'm going to sell out big. You'll sell out if you work at Walmart. But you got a pro-Black nigga working at Walmart saying, man, Black Youngster sellout. No, he just a smarter sellout than you. You sold out for pennies. He sold out for the bag. You went to Walmart, filled out an application, and let people examine you to see were you good enough to stock these damn shelves. He went in front of a different kind of employer, and they said dance and carry on like a fucking fool to see if you worthy of being on TV, being a rapper, and he got the deal. We can't say he's a sellout and he's not unless you self-employed. In fact, you can't be an alpha male if you got a boss. That's another contradiction and something I want to debate with a lot of the pro-Black brothers. You cannot be an alpha male if you got a boss. I'm sorry. You got a lot of these pro-Black dudes get off work, cut their live stream on and talk about their alpha male, try to give you some type tips and strategies. You can only create another damn pawn if you're a pawn. Your game can't produce greatness if you ain't great. You can't be a fucking alpha male with a boss. Why do I say that? If you're an alpha male, right, and you got a boss, what is your boss? We're going to wait on the answer, y'all. If you are alpha male, but a nigga writing your paycheck, what is he? Can't be two now. What they calling alpha males today are just really butthurt jerks. Really, if you treat a woman like a jerk and treat all your homeboys with respect, you're an alpha male. No, you're a fucking homo male. If you listen to most of these niggas saying they alpha males, they basically telling you to treat a woman like shit and keep a code with your brothers, man. You niggas is homo males. I don't get what's going on with the world today. I just don't get it. But we're going to give you the realness. You remember that if a person can't build something for themselves, they only going to tear down their people. Think about what I just said. If a person can't build for themselves as an individual, they will tear down anything the people try to do as a whole. You better think about what I just said. I'm not a popular pro-black channel, but the shit I'm saying should be viral. They don't want niggas like me being the face of none of these black conscious community at the forefront, because I'm going to tell black people the shit they need to hear. Not the gossip and gossip and, you know, the shit you bring your popcorn out to hear. I'm going to tell you some shit that's going to make you serious when you walk outside and realize ain't no games being played. Quit laughing, quit playing, wipe that fucking smirk off your face while these children suffering. Y'all playing too much. You show up on these channels and you see niggas in a suit and tie tell you how fucked up your world is so eloquently. Then you come on my channel and I'm telling you how fucked up your world is. And it's making me feel a certain way that the world fucked up. So I'm expressing it a certain way. And motherfuckers that ain't professional, dude. Where your suit at? You got on a fitted cap, where your tie at? They said that Donald Trump is the most pro-black president. Now I gotta ask, what is pro-black? That's a debate I want to have. Who agree with the pastor Darrell Scott that Donald Trump is the most pro-black president? I'm gonna tell you what I agree with, that the term pro-black is just being thrown around to say anybody that'll tell black folk the shit they want to hear, you cool with me. So because Trump is a so-called conservative face, he's still promoting liberalism. You conservatives are so slow. If you can't see that Trump is just a fucking liberal on the low, I'll debate anybody on that. I want to debate Anthony Brown Logan. I disagree that Trump can make America again. Let's debate Anthony Brown, ABL. You familiar with me? I'm familiar with you. Shout out to you. I want to debate anybody on that. Trump cannot make America great again. In fact, America can't be great again until the world become great again. You selfish motherfuckers. Make America great again? How about make the world great again? Can't nobody be great if we ain't great, if we all ain't great. And injustice anywhere, and injustice anywhere is an injustice everywhere. So America can be great, but fuck the rest of the world. In fact, America will never be great until the rest of the world is great. I want to debate that. No American president can make America great again. Only the American people can. I want to debate y'all on that. I approach politics from a different way. I won't end on a conversation. But as far as black people go, I'm showing you these pictures of these guys. The topic was, how do we fit in? How do we gain white people approval? I'm showing you how. If you want approval from white people, and what you're really trying to say is elite people, because you can see that there's black people in the crowd too. You got black owned labels too. You got rich black folks too exploiting their people too. So how do you gain the beast's approval? Dancing with the devil. That's how you gain the devil's approval. You can't say that the white man is the devil, but then still try to gain his approval. That make you look like a snake now. And that's what happened on O'Shea's panel yesterday. Sarnetta and the brother Moses showing up saying that, hey, we do need to gain the white man's approval if we want to make it somewhere in this society. But we know that Sarnetta is one of those platforms that's very anti-white. They teach that the white man is the devil and da-da-da-da-da. But you also teach you got to gain the devil's approval. That's something we really need to zoom in on and really see that contradiction, guys. That's one right there that, you know, we got to hone in on that, okay? So again, it'll never be a collective solution, because the collective solution is individual empowerment. See how that works? In other words, we in a time today where right, where it's crunch time, and as a people, we in a time where it's crunch time, where we no longer need shoulders to lean on. We went through the phase of, hey, my brother, you black, I'm black, man, I'm gonna be a shoulder for you to lean on. What happened is we ended up with a pile of black people. Think of this black people mountain for a minute. Look at me for a minute. I'm gonna give you an analogy. For so many years, black people have been each other's shoulder to lean on. And that's why we ain't moving nowhere. Because we've tried to carry so much dead weight with our victimized dialogue that we can't move and still try to be victims. In other words, you can't be a victor and a victim. You got to stop being shoulders for other niggas to lean on. It's okay to love your black brother and have cultural pride or whatever you want to call it. But we'll get to that in a minute. The different levels of this cultural pride, integration, separatism. We'll talk about that in a minute. The point I want to make here is to black people. I'm talking to you specifically with this analogy. Check me out. If you got a bunch of black people serving as shoulders to lean on, then that's just like having a pile of crutches laying on the floor. Now, everybody got legs to walk, but ain't nobody walking because somebody else being another one's shoulder to lean on. Got a nigga leaning on this shoulder and on this shoulder. And he got a nigga leaning on his shoulder. Black people ain't moving because we stuck in a fucking mountain of leaning. Niggas just leaning on each other. Niggas standing out in front of the corner store. Nigga hanging out on the damn, on the pro-black channel. Nigga hanging out over here, hanging out on there. All we produce is shoulders to lean on. And a shoulder to lean on ain't shit but a crutch. We do not need any more shoulders to lean on. We need two hands that's gonna stand motherfuckers up now. That's what we always needed. So when a person approach you for a shoulder to lean on, you tell them, listen now, I can't let you lean on my goddamn shoulder, but I can use my two hands to grab your ass and stand you upright. Now when I stand you up, I'm going to let you go and I'm going to keep on walking. I done straightened you out and stood you up now. You can walk on your damn own. Ain't nothing wrong with your legs. You're not going to lean on my shoulder, because if you lean on my shoulder while I'm trying to walk, it's going to take me longer to get to where the fuck I'm going. So the reason black people ain't moving, because you want to be victims and victors, but you can't be both. You can either be the victim or the victor. You can be the shoulder that another brother that'll lean on. Black power, I'm your brother, I got your brother. You can be that, or you can go hard on your brothers and be the two hands that stand his ass up and make him self-sufficient. That's the beauty of a chain. Every link in the chain is self-sufficient. It holds its own weight. Now that broken ass link, we got to get rid of that. We got to get that broken link out the way, man. How do we do it? By bending it straight. You don't just take the broken link off the chain and throw it away. You take that broken link, you get some pliers and you bend it back straight. Now that broken link is strong. Just like I told you. If a nigga want to lean on your shoulder, you don't let him lean on your shoulder. You get him straight. You say, hey, get the fuck off my shoulder, man. And you grab his two arms, you stand his ass up and you say, now walk, nigga. You can do this. You can do it. And when he start walking, you tell him, hey, I ain't gonna even clap for you. You should have been doing it. Now keep walking, and you the next nigga try to lean on your shoulder, you do for them what I did for you. And everybody'll be self-sufficient, walking right toward their goals. They wouldn't be saying, what's the solution? You won't have a bunch of niggas laying down on the ground, being crutches for each other, leaning on each other, saying, what's the solution? Well, you ain't say the solution. Well, you ain't think of just a pile of niggas, a nigga mountain. And they all in that pile not moving, saying, well, you ain't got the solution. Ain't no collective solution. The collective solution is for each individual to break off this fucking victimhood pile. It's for each one of you to get up off your ass and you go do for you. He do for him, he do for him. And when everybody be successful, you ain't got to ask what the collective solution is, because that is the collective solution. If he got it, I got it, he got it. He's self-sustaining, he's self-sustaining. When we all come together, baby, that's going to be a force. But if I'm the only one got it and all them broke, when we come together, all they going to do is take from me. We're not creating bosses in these black communities. We creating employees, good niggas who talk good and look good with a tie on, and niggas who run podcasts. That's what we create. So, let me see, because I'm going to open up the panel before I get out of here too. We got to get out of the blame the white man syndrome. That's something to debate too. So I hope people writing these things down. I want to expect for people to email me and we can debate these. We can have discussion. I'm now doing debates again for something other than flat earth. You guys was asking me to do that. That's what I don't get. People like, Brother Sanchez, all you talk about is flat earth. Talk about some shit that really matter. Now I'm doing it. I'm doing it. What you gonna say? Man, stick to flat earth. Damn, I can't win for losing. When I just talk about flat earth, you tell me, man, talk about something else that we really going through. Now I'm talking to you about real shit, and because it may not make you feel good, guess what they gonna say now? Stick to flat earth. That's a nigga saying, oh shit, I maybe shouldn't have told him to, maybe he ought to stick with flat earth, because if he start talking about black people, that nigga gonna tell us the truth and shit gonna get uncomfortable. You know what, bro Sanchez? Just stick with flat earth, dude, because shit, man, you too real, goddammit. We was expecting to go to one of them pro-black podcasts where we just talk shit, you know, about white people and not about black people. And we just give black people excuses and talk about networking in Africa, but we can't even network here. That's another thing I want to debate. That's a fucking big dream, pipe dream illusion if you think black people here are going to be united with Africans. Much as I love Africa, it's not going to happen. Africans don't want to unite with you niggas when they look over here and see that you can't unite with your damn self. You got pro-black niggas over here talking about we going to go and unite and go and do business with brothers in Africa. But ain't no groups over here. You got, listen, man. We got to unite nationally before we can unite internationally. How much sense does it make for blacks in America to go outside of America, hop ship, turn their back on their children in this land, and say, I'm gonna go all across the water and unite with some nigga that I ain't even met yet? Relearn their language, relearn their culture, all that. But I ain't gonna fly over here. Think about it. You got niggas in New York that still don't like niggas on the West Coast. And you got West Coast niggas that still don't like New York niggas. You got beefs in America like a motherfucker. You got separation amongst black males in America like a motherfucker. And we pride ourselves in it. I'm a Midwest nigga. I'm a up north nigga. I'm a Chi-Town nigga, son. We from the West Coast over here. I'm from LA. You know what I mean? You niggas proud of that. You don't want to unite. You belong to a set. You got niggas up north in New York, they proud of their boroughs. They rep their borough. Then they'll tell a nigga, look, let's unite with the Africans. But you can't unite with each other. The people calling themselves conscious community today are in such disagreement and discord. And look, you got the brother Dane Calloway being attacked by the black conscious community. You got all of this chaos, turmoil, and niggas can't get along with each other. Niggas hating on each other right here in America. We can't unite as black people with each other in America. What make you think we gonna go overseas and unite with some foreigners? What make you think the foreigners wanna unite with you when you ain't even showed them that y'all can unite with each other? It's a fucking pipe dream. And this is why people need to allow me to be more vocal on these platforms. Me and O'Shea got a show coming up. I hope he listen to this and then develop some topics and questions for me. Me and O'Shea got a show coming up one-on-one, me and him. Shout out to Big Bro. I'm a very vocal young man in this community. That's why I'm stirring up smoke. I'm not gonna compromise to fit in or to be cool with a motherfucker or to make you feel good. I don't want you feeling good. If you feeling good, my job is I fail. Because if I'm giving you the truth and the truth hurts and you come over here feeling good, I fail. Now, if you're addicted to truth, then it just hurts so good. I can feel that. I love truth. I'm a gloomy type nigga. I like mellow music. I like rainy skies more than sunny skies. That's just me. I like the smell of rain. I like rain more than I like sunshine. I'm a different nigga. I go outside more when it's raining and it's thundering than when it's sunny. I know I'm a weirdo, but whenever it's raining, I open up my window. I like the sound of it hitting the ground. I like the smell of it. I'm different. So I'm addicted to the darkness. I'm addicted to truth, which hurts. It hurts so good to a nigga like me. I like the, you know. But anyway, we gotta get out of the every video blaming the white man. I'm gonna put this on the table. White people as a quote unquote race and their actions are not the problem of black people. And that's another debate. If you want to debate me on that, we can do it. I may start these debates off tonight. If I get some emails, I might just get some responses and we can do some debates starting tonight. What the hell? Let's do it. So we talk about black businesses. Let's talk about that before I open up the panel, right? Most black-owned businesses, blacks really just own the building, but all the products in the building are European and imported products. For example, the Africans got a corner store in central Las Vegas. I used to go to it. These Nigerians ran a corner store. And when I used to sit at the bus stop, at the time I used to smoke cigarettes. And you had a 7-Eleven store that was owned by some Arabs. And then like one corner one little corner from the 7-Eleven, the Arab store, you had a little convenience store that was owned by Nigerians. Both of these stores sold the same thing. Coffee, donuts, little snacks, candies, little shit for the house, cigarettes, beer, little convenience stores. But when you waiting on a bus, niggas will be like I remember one time I was waiting on the bus and I went to the 7-Eleven store because the cigarette brand that I was smoking was a little bit cheaper at the 7-Eleven store. And I had a great conversation with a guy on a bus stop. He was saying, that I should support the Nigerian store. It's black-owned business. And I should buy my cigarettes from the Nigerian store, even though they cost more, to support the black business. I don't agree with that. At the time, I just ain't got it like that. Any penny that I can save, I'm going to help myself. It's survival of the fittest. I'm not going to pay more to support a black business if an Arab can give me the product for cheaper. I'm not going to do that. I'm a black man trying to make my own business. And if I'm thinking business minded, then even if you're a black brother with a product, I'm not going to buy your product just because you black if I can get a cheaper deal over here. That's why when we bring business into culture, it's cutthroat. I'm not going to shop from a black man just because he's black when I'm running a business myself and I know I need to feed my family and get the cheaper product. Furthermore, think about the scenario I gave you. You got a black-owned store and an Arab-owned store with the same products in them. Ain't nobody having an aha moment now? Think about what I'm telling you, right? How is it a black-owned business if when I walk in it, I don't see any black-produced products? We're going to think about that. Because they lying to y'all today. They telling you that a black-owned business is really... Well, basically, a black-owned business is not a black-owned business. It's a black-owned building, and the business is generated by the products that blacks don't own. So think about how stupid black people is. We say stuff like, man, you need to buy them cigarettes from a black store instead of the Arab store, but the cigarettes you buying created by a white man. Newport is the brand we smoke. So no matter if you go to a black store to buy the Newports or if you go to an Arab store to buy the Newports, the white man already got his cut. He make the Newports. We got surface level consciousness today. We got niggas in suits with all of these subscribers and think they know it all and they ain't giving you no real solutions. They talking about they know something about businesses when they giving you surface business. They ain't telling you that to be a producer, you got to make a product. It's not a black-owned business if when I walk in that shit, it ain't no black-produced products. Ain't nothing in your store manufactured by blacks, but you saying it's a black-owned business? No, you just a black nigga selling white products. Don't let them game y'all. It don't matter who I get my cancer from, the black man or the Arab. Long as I get it for the cheapest price. So that's stupid. Instead of the black community teaching them, look, first of all, you shouldn't even be smoking cigarettes. Second of all, if us blacks gonna smoke cigarettes, why don't we have an African brand yet? Why it ain't no pro-black cigarettes with the red, black, and green shit made out of organic tobacco leaves? Why we ain't doing that? Even the niggas in Jamaica got their own cigarettes that they got on the market. They don't gotta work for nobody. I used to smoke them. They called beaties. Look them up, Jamaican beaties. The Jamaicans been making their own cigarettes for generations. They don't smoke fucking Newports and shit. It's the pro-blacks over here that's faking, man. It's a fake ass culture. That's why I don't want no part of it. Ain't no way out of it. It's ignorance. Everybody exploiting us. And the niggas who saying they got the way out exploiting you too with your own ignorance. Nigga tell you, man, buy them cigarettes from the black store instead of, dude, hold up, why the fuck you even smoking? See, it don't matter if I get my cancer from the black man or the Arab man. Newport gonna get their money anyway. So it's not a black-owned business if the products ain't manufactured by blacks. No black-owned store should be selling cigarettes from another culture. Otherwise, you contradicting yourself. If I go in your black-owned convenience store and see Marlboro and Camels and all that, you're a fake-ass pro-black. If you really about that life, be about it. That's my thing with the pro-black community. They hypocrites. You got on red, black, and green, but you smoking Newport, supporting the white man, and killing yourself. If you gonna smoke and be pro-black, at least smoke Jamaican beaters and let your Jamaican brothers get that money. And then the Jamaican beaters made out of more organic shit, so it's more healthier. Black people don't think like that. What they say is, hey man, go buy your Newports from a black store. Instead of, hey, don't buy the Newports at all because white people made them. Buy the Jamaican cigarettes, or buy the hand rolled cigarettes that our brothers making in the jungle. Is on the market. You just got to go to the right smoke shop. You can get a contract with them brothers, and they listen. Jamaicans roll up thousands of beaties every day in Jamaica. You can probably buy you a whole box of fucking beaties for $10 and open up your smoke shop, and you won't have to have Camel and Marlboro in it. You can actually be dealing with the people who selling their shit for pennies on the land. But no, what the pro-blacks tell you over here, they say, hey, go buy your Marlboros from a black store. That ain't black economics. You still buying Marlboros. It's not a black-owned business. It's just a black nigga who got a building with other white products and shit in it. It's a big contradiction. Now let's move and change the subject for a minute. Okay, because a lot of people ain't gonna like what I'm gonna say. It's a joke and it's funny, but it's the sad truth. Dope dealers are black-owned more black-owned business than the black folks who own convenience stores. That's gonna get me crucified like a motherfucker, but hear me out. I'm not condoning selling dope. Business is business. I ain't say all business was good business. Think about it. Alcohol kills people every day, but it's still a business. If you want to go buy you some liquor, you can buy it. Niggas still making money selling poison. So I'm just giving you the real. Business is business. When I say that dope dealers are more black entrepreneurs and being a dope man, you are more of a black business owner than a nigga with a corner store. Why? The black nigga with the corner store, he got a building that he paying property taxes on and shit, and he filling that building up with a bunch of products that ain't manufactured by blacks. The dope dealer manufacturing his own product, so it's black manufactured and black owned, and the dope dealer giving out jobs in the hood. The dope dealer putting niggas on. The dope dealer starring record labels and laundromats and chicken shops and shit. The dope dealer giving away turkeys and book bags when school come around, while the pro-black nigga think he better than the dope dealer, and he's selling the same poison in a convenience store. He's selling Swishers, Newports, Marlboros, OE, Coke 45. When I went in that African convenience store, they had the same poison that the white man store have. Now y'all get him a pass and say that's a black-owned business. They get to sell poison to black people, but just because they black people who own the building, they get to sell it to you. So niggas will say, hey man, you need to buy that liquor from a black man, not a white man. No, how about you don't buy that liquor? Because health is wealth, and that's the greatest game that a businessman can give you. So a dope boy, when you look at it, even though he's selling something that's poison, he's actually giving back more selling that poison than a nigga who just running a convenience store saying he pro-black and I got a black-owned business because we selling chicken wings and beer and cocoa butter. You still selling poison and you ain't even giving back. The dope boy selling poison and he giving back like a motherfucker. Everybody work for the dope boy in the hood. When the dope boy get locked up, he done already opened up 2 barbershops, laundromats, a record label before the feds even got him. He left more in the hood than the pastor. The pastor ain't leave shit but a pretty ass church that's sucking you dry. And this pretty ass church surrounded by projects. We crucify the dope boys, but we don't crucify Walgreens. We don't crucify the dope, the Ritalin. See, the government was the first dope dealers. Now, I ain't saying selling dope is good. I'm telling you, everybody's selling you poison, but the game is to give back. So, you can't lie. Poison is poison. And when you talk business, whether you got good business or bad business, whether you selling herbal green tea or whether you selling dope, it's still business. That's my point. I don't condone selling dope. I'm just, if we're going to talk business, we got to include all business. So let's compare them. Look how much a dope boy actually gives back to the community. As opposed to a nigga who joined a fraternity, set up shop in the black community, never give nothing back, sound and look smart, but still sell white products or foreign products, foreign poisons. But he's more pro-black. Why? Because he's got a building. That's not a black business. It's just a black building with other folks' products in it. All you own is the building, nigga. So it's not your fucking business. Because if the people say we ain't giving you our product no more, your fucking building will be empty. See how this work? If you not manufacturing your product, you ain't really no business owner. That's a fake form of business that they get a dumb Negroes who think you doing something. Either you need to be manufacturing a product or getting a unique product that's manufactured that you're breaking to the market. I go on sites all the time around the world. I look at handcrafted jewelry and shit that people making on these like beautiful jewelry. You can get boxes of necklaces that children in Kenya crafted with wood pieces and shit, and they selling them for dirt cheap. You can make that a business. You can open up a store, and in that store, nothing but products we never saw before that's made by hand from poor people around the world that's just trying to make this American dollar to get a bowl of grits. No, y'all pro-blacks rather open up a building, go and put Nike, Newport, OE, and say this a black-owned corner store. No, it ain't, nigga. You owned by every product in your store is who your boss is. If they stop giving you their product for the wholesale price, you'll go out of business. You still dependent because you ain't making no product. You ain't getting a product that you have a contract with the producers with that product of that's outside of the beast establishment. That's your problem. In other words, if I'm online networking and I come across this Jamaican family that live in Kingston and they've been selling motherfucking handmade bandanas for $1 each in Jamaica, and everybody know them, but don't nobody know this shit in America, but I just found out about these people, that's your business move. Now I got a unique product and a relationship I built with the producer of that product where I'm telling them, look, this is me and your thing. We on contract. I'm going to supply this nice product that your family been making. Americans don't know about this. I'm going to break it to them, and I'm going to be the supplier of this in America. That's how you start businesses. Guess what? The government can't shut that down. Why? Because you ain't getting your product from them. When you come in my store, all the shit in my store, it ain't even coming from the beast. So he can't shut my business down because I ain't got no products that belong to him. All of my products come from the people, or I manufacture them. So they giving you false business advice in these black conscious communities. They want to sell you all these books and shit, business advice. It's not that deep. It's very simple. Like I said, my daddy owned a landscaping company. I owned my business when I was 16. I own my business now. You don't gotta, I never read a book on business or went to school with it, but I always been a boss. My daddy always been a boss. Never read a book. My granddaddy was a boss. In fact, my granddaddy George Smith was in the newspaper. You can look him up. He made history. He built a lot of the houses in Alabama in Jefferson County. He owned his own construction company and owned buku land. So I understand what it takes to be a business owner. It's to supply something that ain't nobody else supplying. That's it. It's that simple. My granddaddy supplied hardcore labor. My granddaddy George Smith had crackheads and everybody on his payroll. He'll come. My granddad will come. Everybody know my granddad in Jefferson County. He come through in his big ass trucks, his dump trucks and all of that, and he asks you do you want to work. If you just standing on the corner, my granddaddy George Smith used to ride through the neighborhood back in the day. He say, y'all want to make some money? He ain't even gotta know you. Get in the truck. That's how life was in Alabama, where I'm from. So I don't get these new pro-black channels coming out. Read my book, How to Be a Businessman, how to invest in stocks and do all that. That's dumb shit. If the system ain't designed for us to win, why do you even play with that? You gotta get busy doing something nobody else wanna do. I see Mexicans, man, coming at sale in this country because they doing the work that a nigga wouldn't dare do. We can debate that. That's something I want to debate Jesse Lee Peterson on. He said that black people will do this work if we cut down on immigration. Black people won't do this work. We need immigration. I don't even agree with the term immigration, but I know a lot of the jobs wouldn't be fulfilled if it wasn't for immigrants. Because Americans too fucking spoiled and bougie. You know that. A nigga not going to clean no septic tanks for $10 an hour. He ain't trying to get his Jordans dirty. I seen niggas not get jobs because the job required them to cut their facial hair off. Job about the house. I done saw this, y'all, no bullshit. Niggas turn down jobs that's paying buku money. You about to go and make $15 an hour and you turned the job down because you didn't want to cut off your goatee. I saw this shit. If a nigga turn a job down because he don't want to cut off his facial hair for a few years, you know he ain't finna do some of these jobs that the immigrants doing. So I'll debate anybody on that. Yeah, the solution for black economics is manufacturing black products, not calling it black business just because you rented a building and put other products in it. That's the scam. Now, I can obviously go real deep into detail. I even got plans and shit on economics and shit like that. I just don't do those type live streams because I didn't get popular for that. But I don't know if y'all know, I used to run a big news channel. I used to do news before I was Bro Sanchez, and I had a viral video. It was a channel called News Rants. And matter of fact, you know what I'm gonna do? If y'all want to see a video from when I was anchoring news, Bro Sanchez as a news reporter, when I first got on YouTube, I had a very successful channel I was the host of a channel called News Rants. Very professional channel. Yep, I was one of them suit and tie niggas. The news. Matter of fact, let me show y'all that before I open up the panel. Because y'all don't know who I am for real. I want to show y'all this part of my evolution in history. I pretty much said all I wanted to say about the issues of Black America. But I do want to open up the panel so we can continue those issues. I'm about to open up the panel, guys. And we're going to continue this bill. Because I know I said a lot of stuff y'all want to talk about. No problem. But before I do that, let me show y'all a little bit something off subject kind of. One minute. 1 second here. I want y'all to see this, so I want you to understand something about me. The different paths that I took in life to be where I am now, and why I chose to do what I'm doing now when I could have been so much more successful breaking news or anchoring news or something like that. And I'm going to show you what I mean. The channel we on now is called Bro Sanchez Live. But this channel wasn't always called Bro Sanchez Live. It used to be called News Rants. Now I'll give you a little taste of that. Okay, I done messed the screen up. Hold up, let me try to fix this. Let me see if I can fix this and we'll go to it. All right, so I done messed that up. We'll just, you know what, redo this so y'all can see this thing. I want y'all to see this. A lot of people may not know this about me, so I'm expose myself. I want y'all to share this because people will get a better insight of who Brother Sanchez is, paths that I took to be where I'm at. Hold up a second. Let's blow this up. Let's put it back behind there. Get our setup back where we had it, you know. All right, let's get it back popping. Here's what I want to show you. Right here is the very first video I ever done on this channel. This video, man and woman killed by police while 4-month-old baby in the car. That title is the typical titles that you get in the black conscious community. What they call in black consciousness, a lot of it is really just breaking black news. Not giving solutions, but breaking the news. I was a news breaker, and I'm gonna let you hear a little bit of this video. Before this channel was Bro Sanchez Live, it was called News Rants. I just turned this channel into Bro Sanchez Live because why would I keep breaking news when I really wanted to start giving solutions instead of just say, hey, look, another nigga dead, look, another baby aborted, look, another news story or some more fuckery. I got out of that. Now I want you to know something about me. The very first video I made on this channel was called Man and Woman Killed by Police While 4-month-old Baby in Car. Look how many views it got. You got to keep in mind, this channel didn't have no subscribers. This was just an empty channel called News Rants. And the video that I uploaded on it was this one. It was the very first and only video on the channel, and it went viral. So this video had 28,000 views on a channel that didn't even have 100 subscribers. That show you that my quality of work was good. That show you I was good at delivering the news. I was so good at being a news anchor, sort of like Tommy Sotomayor. He do the breaking news and all that. I was so good at delivering the news that the woman whose baby was killed showed up on this video to talk to me. So I actually spoke with the victims who was involved in this news story. She showed up on a video and thanked me for making the video. And it was my first video I ever did as a news anchor. I'm gonna let y'all get a little bit taste of it. News Rich. Again, this was Bro Sanchez Live. Before it was Bro Sanchez Live, it was called News Rants. And I may bring News Rants back. I may have a vote. If y'all want me to start back doing News Rants, I can do that. But this was in 2015, man. This was 3 years ago. I was promoting news. So I'm gonna let y'all get a little taste. News Rich.
What's up, world? Welcome to News Rants. I'm your host, Brother Sanchez. Let's talk about this story. Police opened fire, sending a hail of 30 bullets into a car, killing a single mother with 4-month-old son in the back seat. The heartbroken family of a College Park mother killed in a police shooting while in Virginia says the shooting was not justified.
So you get the point. Typical black consciousness material, right? That's fucked up, man. See, they targeting us black folks, you know. It really is just, like you said, black news. Some of the channels even call themselves, you know, black news, not black solutions. Okay? So it's just pretty much what you call in black consciousness is having a bunch of these kind of videos of black people getting shot, different stuff like that. When I found that out, this was my first and last video. I actually made this video private, as you can see. And then after this video, I turned this channel into Bro Sanchez Live and I stopped doing news. Somewhere in the comment section, I spoke with the victims who was actually involved in the story of the mother. I spoke with the mother of this young girl. The mother of this young girl got in the comment section to tell me that I did a good job on the video and all of that. So I do miss that part, that when you do start making news videos, a lot of the family watch YouTube. They'll come and, if it be big, you know, they'll get in the comment section. I actually been cool with the Bland family for over a year now. Me and Sandra Bland's cousins and a lot of her family members, we've been good friends on Facebook for a long time. So being on this social media has networked me with a lot of people I wouldn't have got a chance to network with. And shout out to the Bland family. That y'all know y'all can get at me on Facebook like you've been doing for anything, and I'll do it at any time. A lot of the stuff I do behind the scenes and a lot of the shoulders that I rub with will really make my channel grow a lot more if I share that stuff. But I'm one of them type people. I like the fact that when people be like, who is Bro Sanchez? I never heard of him. And then they be like, oh, he know him? Oh, you must be. Yeah, I like that surprise element of, who is this guy? Who's we known for? And then you be like, oh, okay, Bro Sat, what's up, dude? As opposed to you just knowing off back. But anyway, it's time to open up the panel, man. It's time to open up the panel. I hope y'all took notes and that you got some good topics to talk to, some good stuff to debate about. I've said a lot. Put your email in the chat room at this time. I will send you an invite. Shout out to my brother Madan Kemet. Put your emails in the chat at the time. I'm copying and pasting emails into the Google Hangout invite. And I'm sending invitations right now. And this latter part of the show will be open panel. Your email is not showing up, just be real. You need to put it exactly how you use it, as it ain't gonna read. It ain't gonna find you. You need to put your email exactly how it is in Gmail. Make sure you're doing it right, spelling it right, or the Hangouts ain't gonna find you. Hopefully we get some bright men to come up, speak their mind on these issues that I've brought up in this video. Let me go ahead and send the first. Keep the links, keep the emails coming. We're gonna open the panel up. Keep the emails coming. Come on up, guys. Come on up. I'm sending them live on screen. You can see me sending the links now. We got Sir Drop on the panel. We got, shout out to Scorpion Goddess. She said, like your shows. That right there just put a little smile on my face right there. You know, because I want to get more people coming in, you know, that ain't scared to hear the truth, man. And a lot of our sisters really You know, y'all got the power, so shout out to the sister. Keep the emails coming. Like I said, we got the panel open. If you on a panel right now, unmute your mic and start talking. You don't have to wait.
Hey, what's going on, bro? Sanchez? Hey, they was saying something about George Macon or something like that. Wanted to get up there too.
I'm sending George Macon a link as we speak. I got his email from the chat, and I just sent George Macon an invite live on screen. You seeing me do it. If you have problems getting your invite that way and you need me to personally email you the link, get in the chat room, let my moderators know. I can take a minute and do that for you too, if that'll make it easier.
What's good, brother? Set a drop in the chat. What's up, everybody?
What's good, my brother? How y'all doing, man? I'm just excited to continue this bill with y'all. I hit a lot of points that we carried from the O'Shea show from yesterday. A lot of things I couldn't do in that show. Hopefully this show will keep the dialogue going and filter some of those minds over here to address my different opinions, because I am a newcomer into this community. I respect that.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, when you were saying that there's not one solution for everybody, you was actually wrong on that, because you said it is one solution, and that solution is for us to be our own solution. It's just that simple. You know what I'm saying? So, but it ain't that simple, because it's like a double-edged sword. What I mean is that even if we had one solution for everybody, right, you still would have to do something once that's known. But it's like, if you don't know what to do, first, if you sick, but you don't know what your illness is, then how you gonna treat it? You see what I'm saying? But the narrative that we've been fed in our mind state now, we can't argue that has been trickled down from the top. You feel me? I mean, we've been trained and programmed to be in the psychological state we in. But I mean, at the end of the day, like you were saying, bro, we got to start getting our hands dirty. We got to put our feet in the mud.
Yeah, and I actually agree with you. We on the same page. I was saying that the collective solution is individual empowerment. And it's like it cancels out. The collective action now becomes the individual action, because the body can't move as a collective without it moving as an individual. They taught us this with the Power Rangers. They showed you how each Power Ranger come together to make one body. And then when the Power Rangers move in that one body, they gonna communicate and say, hey man, we need a left punch from the left arm. We need a right kick from the right leg. And it's different color rangers in different parts of the body controlling an arm or a leg or the thought or something inside of that one body. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if I got to control his part and my part, the body ain't gonna function right. Every part gotta be self-sustaining. So, like I said, a collective solution is the individual empowerment. So, in other words, if you a Power Ranger making up a piece of the big body, what they call it, Megatron or something, I forgot what they call it. But anyway, when the Power Rangers come together and make this big old machine, at that point, if you're the leg, you don't even know what the arms and shit doing. If you're the left leg, it's a window down there where you got your own view and your own assignment. And if you ain't doing your assignment, then the arms and all of that at the top gonna be walking crazy because you the fucking left leg. You see what I'm saying? So it's like each individual got to be powerful as a unit for us to stand as one, as in unity. And I don't think unity is possible without integration. That's where it gets very deep and people really want to start debating. Go ahead, I'm gonna mute myself, guys. I'm sorry.
Well, you so right, brother. That's why I fucks with you, man, because you speaking on things that we can actually start implementing. And that's, you right when you said it, man. We bougie and a little bit lazy, man. We comfortable. And anytime you come with something that bring a person out of that comfort zone, they ain't trying to do it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, we got the old heads, we got the religious folks that, because they ego and they pride and stuff so attached to their beliefs, the way that's one of the biggest stumbling blocks right there, you know. And like you said, if we all just did our individual part, since we so unique, you know, we all ain't, no one is the same. So maybe we do need to focus more on ourselves. And that's what brings the whole picture together, or the whole puzzle together. You can't be worried about the next man constantly, but thinking that you're gonna get something done for you. It starts at home first. They even said that, you know, like even the saying, you point one finger out and the other four pointed back at you. You know what I mean?
Shit, you can even look at it like this. Let's look at, you said eagle. All right, we can look at we gotta focus on one color, and we can start with the Eagles. And we can start with the Philadelphia Eagles. They got every race on their team, but they main color is green. So if we keep looking like, yeah, we got to get our own thing going, then we're devising ourselves. Now, if we quit looking at color and say we got to get where they at, then it will work. You know what I mean? But long as you're trying to compete with something that already got it established, you really got to get to their level first before you get to saying, well, this is black made, or this is Chinese made, or this is that made. Because they're not looking at it like that. They're looking at it straight from a business mind. They hire black people, they hire white people, they hire immigrants, they hire everybody for the main focus of that green. You know what I mean? So long as we keep focusing on what another race is doing, you're gonna lose the race every time because they so far ahead. But if we just get ourselves together and climb up the ranks in due time, it's gonna be the same playing field. You know what I mean?
Strong point there, Sir Drop, because like even them, you know, they got egos and whatnot, but they know how to check they shit at the door when it come to business. You see what I'm saying? They know how to separate that pleasure from the business mind state in order to get shit done. We don't have that constructive kind of thing going on. And like Sanchez was saying, maybe it could be argued as far as who trained us and who taught us to be that way. But at the end of the day, the ball is still in our court. You know, the decision is up to you to keep playing into the same old bullshit, you know, or stand up and do something else. And that's why I like these streams, man, because all of the communities that I was a part of, and, you know, the people that I used to listen to, the stuff never really just motivated me to say, hey, you know, I need to do so. It's like I always had questions, you know what I mean? It just was that empty void there of like, they doing all this talking and all this preaching, but then like y'all be saying, like we walk home and there's crackheads on the corner, there's homeless people on the street. You know what I'm saying? And it's just it's crazy, man. It's like we don't have our priorities in order. Niggas will go buy $400-500 Jordans and shit when you could take 10 family members to put that money together, put their tax dollars together at the end of the year, and there you go with a little barber shop or you know a sweatshop or some shit on the corner, man. But we ain't thinking like that, man.
Hey, and one more thing before I pass the mic. Another thing we not looking at is like when we say ghetto, right? Or we say poor people, right? What immediately jumps in people's head is black people, and that is so not true. Really, the ghetto got to get their stuff together, and it's all type of races in the ghetto. The elite got their stuff together, and it's all type of races in the elite. So if the ghetto don't get a handle on the ghetto, and then make the ghetto suburban and make the suburban a extra level and keep moving the levels up, we're gonna be at a standstill, sort of like a hamster spinning on one of them circle wheels in his cage. You know what I mean?
Facts,
Nah, because
bro.
ain't no
Facts.
such thing as a ghetto.
But see, but if you think
Yes, it
about
is,
what
brother.
Sir
It
Drop
is. It's a
said,
mind state, though. My bad. It's a
it
mind state, though. It ain't a
okay.
color.
I thought you had some squeaking, but I think you got rid of it. Just be real. I think you're good now. I think what Sir Drop said is deep because oh yeah, it's still there. Sir Drop, that what you just said is gonna become like a circular thing, so to speak, and that's what it has become. That's what I'm saying because a lot of men have got rich saying they can sell black people a collective solution of one size fits all, but really the only person it fit is their pocket. So they got all of these people in the group saying I got the solution for the people, man, but really they got the solution for themselves and it's the people. You see the irony of that?
Hell yeah, they got the solution for themselves. But if we all can get a solution for ourselves, that would be big. but where would the money generate from? Or not? I don't like to use the word money. I'm trying to think of another word.
Use money.
What the stuff money can buy, the stuff money can buy to bring you happiness. Where would it come if everybody was a boss or everybody was an owner? You kind of need workers. You kind of need bottom feeders. You kind of need everything for it to work, but everybody got to come together to make it work right. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Well,
need a cashier, but you know what I'm saying? You need somebody to own that store. But no, what I wanted to ask you though, why it's in my head, how can we start manufacturing that? Like, where did you start at? That's the question.
let me show you something. Let me show you. I'm actually giving people the best solutions in game ever been said on YouTube, and I'm gonna be cocky and full of ego to say that. The reason it's not getting respected because it's too simple. But I'm gonna give you an example right now. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Women in India make plastic bags. I'm gonna give you a prime example of what I'm talking about if I can pull this story up. Here, right? Let me show you when you say what can we do basically to free ourselves. This ain't what I'm looking for. Anyway, let me just say this to make a long story short. It's these oh, here we go. I think this it. Hold on, I think I can find it.
All we see is your picture also on the Hangouts.
All right, let me share with y'all. Thanks for reminding me, because we about to ask them the question again to refresh it, brother, so they can see why we even pulling this up. Go on, tell them
What do we do to start? How do we start manufacturing and getting in that lane so we can buy a building and put our own products in it?
Let me tell you how to start a business, guys. Listen up and take notes. This can save your life. Find something that's considered waste for someone else, and then you got to find a way to turn that waste into a product. All right? So it's very easy, okay? For example, there was a dude in the South. He lived by a big muddy swamp on his land. And it was a rare kind of mud, man, that you can't get nowhere on the earth. And this man had owned this land for so many years with this rare mud on his land. And he knew it was rare mud, and so what? It's just some rare mud. Well, he, for years, found out a way to turn that rare mud into a way to make him rich. Because if I can do something with this mud that someone else can need, then guess what? I can make rich by selling fucking mud off the ground. So, but you can't get this mud anywhere. You can only get this mud off my land. See how they work? This how a man got rich from selling mud, and you know who he got a contract with? The Major League Baseball, MLB. What they do is the pictures and all of them buy this mud. They rub the mud on their hands to get the grip. And all of this mud that the MLB use come from this one dude on his lot in America. He's so fucking rich. You see how this go? Now, if a nigga had that lot, he want to know what to do with that mud. He would have been probably just, and I don't mean to sound like a coon, but I'm telling the truth. A nigga wouldn't have known, look, man, I got this land that my granddaddy left me. It's some mud over here that's rare. A nigga still be on YouTube owning the land saying, what's the solution? You got Negroes that own land. They grandmas own land, but they work. And they go on YouTube and say, what's the solution? When it's literally people making themselves rich out of waste. So let me show you another case, right? Another case is these women in India right here. These poor women in India, you know, to America, one of the reasons they poor anyway, Let's just put that on the line. But let me open up this image for you. You can see this. It's kind of small. I really want to find a bigger image than this. But let me show you another story on how to get rich. The women in India are so poor. And you know, all of the world treat it like a damn big trash dump. They dumping all of the waste in the poor communities, treating them like shit. America and a lot of more countries exploiting these poor countries. How do you get people come out of these environments that's far worse than the poorest American, but end up being millionaires? These people are envious of our homeless. They see our homeless shelters and homeless men, and they think our homeless people got it made. This how hard it is. That's why I said we can't complain. You got Americans saying, what's the solution? When you got people like these old women in India coming in a poor environment, they dump so much trash in these people's environment that these people make beautiful products out of the trash. So here's my next point when I'm talking about finding something that's a waste. For example, if you can go to, like, just say somewhere where just say if you knew the man who owned a lumbering factory, and every day they cutting wood up in that factory, and you see them throwing away the wood chippings, and you went up to that company owner and said, hey man, I'll come through and I will be the one to clean up all your wood chippings for free, and you don't even have to hire nobody to clean up your wood chippings if you let me keep them. You ain't doing them but throwing away anyway. Now that's wasting him. He gonna be like, hell yeah, I'll sign that contract. You gonna clean up my wood chippings for free? You gonna get rid of my waste? You taking them wood chippings, taking them and putting them in some kind of glue and making a different kind of wood by taking all the chippings, gluing the chippings back together. You can make what they call plywood. What it is, it's a certain kind of wood that they make by using the chippings, the waste. And when the damn wood company starts saying, hold up, man, he gained me. I thought I was getting a deal. And now I see this man is a millionaire by using my waste. Then the wood company now starts saying, oh, I'm going to start using my own waste now. When that contract over, I'm not throwing away them chippings no more. You see what I'm saying? So it's about something that's a waste for someone else. It's building your business. For example, these women in India, in one of the poorest places on earth, they dump so much trash in these poor areas that these women go through the trash piles and they create things with the trash. And it's a group of old women in India that got rich. And guess how they got rich? By taking plastic bags, because that's one of the main things in the trash pile, more plastic than anything. They said, we got to find a way to use all of this plastic. They started weaving the plastic into beautiful purses and handbags and stuff. And some of these handbags cost over hundreds of dollars. We're talking about trash on the ground, shit we threw away. It's valueless, it's worthless. They taking this trash, putting it together and selling you a bag that's over $200 for some trash you threw on the ground. And black women and black men over here saying, what's the solution? It hurt my heart. You saying, what's the solution? The solution is you getting creative, going within, opening your mind, see about, you got to become an opportunist. You live in the capitalism system, so you got to capitalize. And the best capitalists capitalize off another man's trash. If you can capitalize off another man's waste, you're going to be able to make your product for free. Like these women. They can manufacture their product off basically going in a trash dump for free. And they actually pulling hundreds of dollars out of the trash. They going in the trash dump, getting thrown away plastic, putting it together with their creative mind, their hands, their creativity, taking your trash. Think about what I'm telling y'all. This ought to hurt your heart. They're taking all the trash from people who saying what's the solution is and making a solution with your damn trash. These people ain't asking what the solution is. They digging in the trash, being creative, making beautiful bags with trash. And their solution was their soul. That's why I'm telling you the root word of solution is soul. Can't nobody give you your solution. It's right under your nose, just like these women. Their solution was their own creativity. Look at how beautiful this bag is. Now, if you look at the trash on the ground, that trash don't look good. But they taking that trash off the ground, turning it into a beautiful bag, selling that bag $100. It's made out of plastic bags that you threw away. So they ain't asking what the solution is. I'm giving you the solution. Go within, be creative. Offer something to the world nobody else can offer, because can't nobody do this but these women in India. You can go try to do the plastic like that, but you can't duplicate this. Them women made themselves rich off using our trash while we ask what the solution is like a fool. Go ahead, Sir Drop.
I was about to say what make it facts is at my job, right? We got this. We used to have a cardboard vendor or whatever, and it broke down. They paid this company $1,000 a month to come get our cardboard boxes. Now, our company is paying them to come get our trash, and they just recycling the cardboard. All they do is pull the truck up, take the old trailer, bring a new trailer. And they don't gotta pay for it. They getting paid to do it, and then they recycle the cardboard and make the same boxes that our company buy right back. So they make money 100% markup. They just paying for gas and trucks. It's crazy.
I heard somebody wanted to get in. Go ahead, guys. I had to share that story. That's a smack in our face over here complaining, man. Ain't that a big smack in our? That's why I always say, if you're an American, I don't give a fuck if you homeless and poor. You can't complain if your foot on this damn continent. You can't complain.
That's divine right there. Well, you got to be innovative, man. I was thinking of an idea because in my city, there's a lot of like wild bamboo growing everywhere. It's all up and down, and right in the ghettos too. It's a big old forest right in the ghetto. And I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, damn, we got a whole plethora of this wild grass-like plant that come from nature that we can take and make any damn thing out of. Ideas that you would not even believe. I mean, bongs, from bongs to damn near water filtration to damn near edible, to damn near couches and spoons and all types of shit, man. And people just sit around and they act like they don't see it. Like they don't see it as no type of resource. People, like you said, people are struggling, trying to figure out a solution on their way out when it's the solution is already here. Nature provided everything that you needed. Everything. Right
If
now in
you
my
a,
yard, I got like four different plants. Go ahead, bro.
if you a tree cutter, right? They pay you to cut down a tree, right? But most of them be like big oak trees. Like I got a friend that cut trees. And when he cut the tree down, he'd get like 30,000 for the cherry oak off the tree, but they'd pay him like 3, 4,000 to cut it down. It's a hundred
Mm.
percent markup. You know what I mean? Once he cut the tree down, he keep all the wood, and then he sell the wood to like table makers and people like that that deal with the cherry oak. And he know
It's
what trees cut down. He be making good money though. Go ahead.
See, that's what's up. Cause I had an idea of doing the same thing I was telling you about with the bamboo. Cause there's a lot of neighborhoods, or excuse me, a lot of homes that have the bamboo that's surrounding their backyard, to where people are pretty much complaining about the bamboo being there. They just wish, hoping somebody can come cut it. So I'm in the process of getting that started to where I don't even have to charge you, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do what I said prior, making stuff out of the bamboo to where I can just cut it down and like either have two options for people. You can have the option of cutting it down and letting it continues to grow and kind of like get back, or you can kill it and it won't ever grow again. So it's that's also an option, for people. It's a lot of stuff that we can do out here on our own versus going to work and make
Well, I don't know where y'all
millions.
at, and so-called blacks are opening their own businesses, farming and everything. You just ain't gonna see it right now, but next 10, 15 years, you will see that it's gonna hit the surface. But it's just the groundwork going on now. But I see it all around me, and I'm in
Yeah.
Alabama.
Right.
Well, ain't
We'll
no
see.
way
We'll
you
see.
see.
My,
Ain't no way. I'm from.
my
I'm
thing is
from
this too.
Alabama. I'm from Alabama, Madon, and ain't no way you see all of these black-owned business because I just left Alabama. I ain't
No,
seen.
I'm saying they starting it. Like I see a lot of people around here, and in like places like Tuscaloosa, stuff like that. A lot of blacks are starting to open up their own businesses,
But
go
look,
back into farming the land and stuff like
What are they
that.
selling?
true. But what kind of businesses they opening? Food joints, wings, uh, uh,
Other stores.
stoves.
Yeah, hair stores. Well, in
Yeah,
my
yeah.
area, we got like two people about to open up some black hair store, which I think is good
But
because
see,
the Asian lady, she done got rich over here since the '80s.
but look,
Hmm.
y'all don't see that they still getting rich. Think about it, right? If I'm a kingpin, hold up, Shula. If I'm a kingpin and I'm selling the dope, right? And I got all the birds, but the little niggas coming to get they little rent up for me. Once one of them little niggas stop nickeling and diming and he ready to buy a bird, just because he opened up his own shop now and he ain't on a corner, don't mean he don't work for me. It go back to what I said. Until you start manufacturing your shit, you ain't the plug. You got a building, but you selling the plug products in. Because when you talk about the Asian woman getting all the money and now the black woman opening the store, she getting the money. She getting money. She just, the Asians letting her into the business. They ain't losing. They gaining more now. Because now she got her own store with who products in it. There's. So just because you open up your store with my products in it don't mean you getting back at me. Just mean you buying more work now. That's good for business. We like that. We want you niggas to open up more buildings and fill them with more of my products. You ain't doing that. Ain't black on. We ain't going to the root if we ain't manufacturing shit, and that's the truth. That's why no one want to debate me with black economics because it's gonna turn into a debate about production. If you don't
Well, I
produce
can agree.
shit,
I can agree with that. I mean,
yeah.
yeah, we gotta, they do import. We do got to get the products from them, but I guess we're gonna have to all them people that say they from Africa. Y'all gonna have to start doing y'all thing and supplying the so-called Negroes in America, so we can work that
But see,
pipeline.
we got a lot of resources here that we can use, but we don't have to go to no whole another
I'm
continent
just
to
saying,
get
like,
the
we know
resources.
most of the stuff, the goods that come, like Sanchez said, the Asians are still supplying the hair and these things
Right.
like that. So I can agree with that. That's a fact.
Yeah,
But over
true. And
time,
that's why it's not black owned businesses because even when you say with the conscious thing, like you got so many conscious pro blacks out here that's selling shoes with onks and shit on it. But really it's the same damn vans that you can go buy to the store and do the same shit with. You know what I'm saying?
right, but
Same
the
damn clothing. You just taking a
logo is
different
what's
name.
going. I mean, you could take a Fat George and put a damn Family Dollar sign on it and make something. But I'm just saying, it's about the idea that catch the eye.
No, you still a middleman, Don. That's what he's saying. He's saying,
Yeah.
okay, you got a black business, right? I'm so proud of you if you buy my manufacturer. I want everybody with a building to call me. I want them to say, hey, I got somewhere you can sell your shit. Your shit. Not you're not selling your own stuff. You're selling somebody else's stuff and you're getting like a middleman percentage off of it.
I
And you're
know
gonna
that's
make a
true, but it's just like a flat earther would take a globe Earth and say, screw NASA or whatever. But you see, they're using NASA to push forward what they want to push forward, and then after you do that, you can step out on your own. I mean, everything is a crutch, and you got to start somewhere. You
no,
know.
it's
Yeah, but
called
see,
the demand. It's called supply and demand. If I'm your supplier, right? Let alone if it's mine or not, I'm over you. Now, if it's mine, I manufactured it, and I'm your supplier, I'm head honcho. I'm head honcho, ain't no way around it. We trying to figure out how can I don't want to say black folks, I want to say poor folks because there's a lot of people in black folk too. How can we get over that first hurdle? Because the rest of the hurdles is real small. At
Well, you
first,
got to
so
use everything as a stepping stone at first, brother. You got to start with a stepping stone. You use that stepping stone to help you get up, and then you move forward. I mean, that's the only way I can see it because we know blacks don't really own nothing. But you got to start your production line and all that from somewhere. So you start. It's like Tupac said, everybody's getting pimped. It's just how long you allow yourself to be pimped.
That may
Right.
have
And
some
see,
validity depending on what you're trying to do. But I think what they speaking on here, like Sanchez brought up the plastic bag thing, we not coming up with enough innovations and just brand new original ideas off the map. We following the train. We just jumping on board with stuff that's already rolling. It's the difference between, going to get your own crop from over in somewhere and manufacturing that versus jumping on the cartel's team and just selling theirs. You know what I'm saying?
facts.
You know what else? Another thing to piggyback on that, just be real. Another thing I want to bring up, a lot of our women over here, the wig industry, weave industry is a big billion-dollar industry, right? But if you ever hold up a second, I'm gonna do something real quick. Hold up 1 second. Yeah, but if you ever just go into that realm with the women, you will see that shit is disposable. Weave is disposable. Wigs are disposable, meaning that shit is going to eventually be thrown away and replaced by a new one. So that's why it's such a big industry, because the shit is really disposable. But anyway, because the shit disposable, they got these huge landfills in Africa. And the people, that's in the good cities and all of that, living good in Africa, they can afford the good weave and all that, the good wigs and shit. The women off in the suburbs, the little poor parts of Africa can't afford it, but they still want to wear weave and wigs. I bullshit you not. You can look this up. This is a real story. The poor women in Africa going to the landfills, digging up all the wigs, digging up all the goddamn weave and shit, putting it in the bag, taking it back to their village, washing that shit, putting it in their hair. And they got their own stores and shit where they done got wigs and shit for sale, all of it used. They got it off the landfill, they washed it, and these motherfuckers got stores. They reselling all of the wigs we throwing away and all that. The wigs people throwing away, they ain't going to waste. Them shits being resold. And there was one lady had maggots in her fucking hair, eating through her fuck. You can see the meat in her head. She had an infection. So I think the pro-blacks over here, they'll say something like, you know what, man? We need to manufacture our own weaves and wigs. And we need to, like Madonna said, hey, I saw a black lady open up the weave store. We call that progress. I think it's backwards. I think progress is when you just stop wearing the weaves and wigs altogether and be proud of your natural shit. But that's just me personally. Hey, let me give a shout out to the brother D Marble. Hold up a second, Madonna. I got to give a shout out to D Marble in the chat room, man. He said, peace, bro Sanchez. I'm doing a live curvature test over 10 miles on Puget Sound tonight. 40 feet of missing curvature. Real science. Not no CGI shit. Real science. Everybody, you hear it. We got to go and support that. Anything you're gonna be streaming it live from D Marble, let us know. We'll come tune in. That's what's up, man. Shout out to the brother D Marble. Y'all see it. Let me keep that on the screen some more. That's for the globalists out there. Y'all definitely want to show up, and they ain't gonna show up to see their nightmare though. Shout out to D Marble, man. Appreciate that, my brother. Oh, I stopped somebody. Cut back in. You can cut back in.
No, I was just saying, I agree with you. They do need to stop wearing the wigs, but we know them sisters ain't gonna stop with them wigs. So it's better. I'd rather see a sister making the money from another sister buying a wig than giving their money to others. But
yeah,
hey,
I'd rather see nobody making money from selling wigs and fake hair and shit. I'd rather see the industry close. I know a lot of women ain't gonna like me for that,
But you know, that's just me, my one man's personal view. And I ain't gonna sit here in front like when a woman put the weaves and the wig on and all of that shit, when she do it right, she don't look good. She do. But that same woman can look good naturally too, I'm sure. But so don't you know, don't let it make you, you make it, goddamn it. But I ain't here to talk about weaves and wigs. I brought that up to just show y'all how our waste builds another economy for other people. So you may say that's nasty, but them women over there, they ain't got a lot of money. They making a lot of money selling wigs you threw away. I'm just saying, what if women over here created a solution to renew fucking wigs and weed and turn that waste to, it'll be women with wig stores and shit and be like, where this wig come from? It look brand new. Where's refurbished? I'm just fucking with you. That's nasty. Let me quit playing. Anybody want to join the panel, put your email in the chat room. I'm looking at the chat right now. Put your email in the chat. Come on up. We can talk about anything. Anybody on the panel, you know you can just unmute your mic, butt in, talk whenever you want. It's a casual stream.
Brother said refurbished the wig.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
Refurbished wig, man.
I mean, you know, it's beautiful to know that we, you know, it's so much creativity and innovation, even like the brother said with the bamboo. You know, it's just so much you can do, man, if you really just use your mind. And I think that's really one of the biggest things too, man. I mean, we just not thinking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Y'all saw how them people in India was taking the wigs off dead people, and the sister had all the worms and all kind of shit coming up out of her hair.
Yeah.
So you know, hey man, like Sanchez said, that bitch is refurbished. Better leave it alone.
Yeah. Cause I was looking at the show. I forgot who did a show on that. They had that shit on the news. They was showing the African women all in the landmine. One of them was like, yeah, I come out here every day and see, you know, the new shipment the new shipment, my nigga. Hold up. This shit ain't funny. Hold on. It ain't funny. But the landfill, the new shipment, you know, the new dumps. And, you know, they go through that shit. And, you know, some of the wigs be dripping with shit. Oh, come on now, guys. Let's stop. Women, y'all ain't no cleaner over here. Wearing that shit in your head for all them months, smelling like motherfucking Frito-Lays. Frito-Lay. Let me quit, man.
Hey, it do be having a smell, though. No, but you got like, you know, even on the serious side of it, you know, the wigs and the hair stuff probably, you know, of course, come from costumes and all of that in Hollywood, or, you know, the movie aspect. But then, like, even a lot of, you know, your cancer and the women who done burnt their hair off and stuff from perms and other chemicals. You know what I'm saying? It's like one thing make money off of something else. So, you know, it's crazy, man. Really, at the end of the day, another idea somebody came up with. Let's turn this into a fashion statement.
Yep. But this, hey man, oh shit, Smooth Aboriginal said the Cool Ranch scalp. Boy, your ass crazy. Y'all gonna have me tripping today. I'm gonna get silly at the end of this stream before we close out. But yeah, 59 people was shot in Chicago this weekend, just to throw that back out there. But we got to laugh to, you know, at some point too. I was gonna play that video for y'all, but I'm not, man, because I like where the energy at now. And fuck that. We ain't talking about no more of that, bro. I think what I do want to talk about though is some funny shit. So somebody make me laugh on a panel. What y'all been looking at that made you laugh? I tell you what I saw. I saw this off subject than a motherfucker. I'm gonna tell you though that I was crying when I saw this shit. Somebody said, have you saw Jadakiss new lineup? Man, you know Jadakiss one of my favorite rappers. I went on there and put up his lineup. Yo, I swear I had to stop looking at the screen. I was crying laughing. That nigga lineup so fucked up. I might pull that shit up to give us something to laugh at before we go. And some nigga called that shit a Nintendo 64 lineup. Let me pull that shit. Let me quit playing with y'all. I'm all over the place. But that was something that had, yo, I'm talking about, I was laughing like a motherfucker. We about to get up out of here, y'all. Loud Pack said he saw that shit. I was
Yeah,
wondering,
man. And Donald Trump said Don Lemon made LeBron look smart. I thought that was the funniest shit in the world, man.
Donald Trump said Don Lemon make,
Make LeBron James look smart.
oh,
Yeah, yeah.
wow, he threw a good shot. Hold up, but look, Pastor Darrell Scott said Donald Trump is the most pro-black president we ever had, and the pro-black people ain't refuting it. I thought they were going to be like, hold up now about Obama and Michelle. But what I'm gonna say is this: it's a big game when you think about it. What are he saying? He's saying Trump is the most pro-black president ever. I would like to know how he would get that title and what is the beauty of having that title. What does it mean? Because what it sounds like is you the one who tell black folks the shit that they want to hear the most. You the one who fucking stroke our ego the most. You know what I'm saying? So you the most pro-black president. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't get that shit. That was weird right there, but that's on some other shit. But I am gonna get up out of here, man. Unless y'all got anything else y'all wanna bill about, and we can chill.
Say silence. I thought Madame was gonna come in with something.
Nah, man, I'm just at work laid back, man. You know what I mean? You know, people in the chat, they say, but Don, calm down, so I ain't gonna start no ruckus.
Nah, you up
But
here,
nah,
you
man,
good.
I'm just chilling today, man.
You ain't you didn't vote, did you, Madonna?
Nah, I ain't never voted before, man. My mom be on my ass about voting, but nah, I ain't never voted.
And shout out to the brother Shula. He said not much but time, 3-hour sales. Much love. No doubt, my brother. Appreciate you for coming through the panel. Did you want to talk to the people? Talk to them, Shula. Shula. Hold up a second. I still got Shula turned down. Hold on. I had to cut him down when I was talking earlier. Talk to him, bro. Yeah, we can hear you, bro.
Oh,
Talk
you
to
good,
him.
man? I'm saying you pretty much hit everything on the head, man, with the topic today, man. So much thanks to that. But yeah, man, it is time to get innovative out here, man. It's time to get creative. This coming from a young guy. You know, I don't know how old everybody else in the chat or the panel is, but I'm 22. You know what I'm saying? I had this mindset since I was like 5, 6 years old. So my whole thing is about hands-on, getting creative, and not having to go goddamn beg somebody for some money or slave for some little bit of dollars just to worry about paying my damn bills. Like it's a lot of stuff that we can be out here doing for the community and for ourselves. So let's get back to that.
Man, Shula, you're a very mature brother for 22. I just got to tell you that real quick. I just got some
Yeah.
newfound respect for your ass, bro. And now when I look at your picture, I'm like, yeah, he is 22. Look at, yeah, you young, bro, man. Hey, shout out to you, man.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, shoot, man. I've been trying to get up here on Thursdays. I just started back going to drum class. So, but I still catch you every now and then because you start a little early before class. Class started like 7 over here. That's like what 4 your time.
Where you at now again?
The East Coast, Charlotte,
Oh yeah,
North Carolina.
I think you got about like what 2-3 hours. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
so I
hey, that's what's up, young Shula, man. Hell yeah. And you doing your
appreciate
thing,
it.
man. No doubt.
Speaking like an OG up in here, ain't it?
Yeah, man. I swear I just gained some newfound respect for young Shula. I got to put the young in front of his name now, cause damn, 22, boy, you just was a teenager, what, 2-3 years ago.
Yep,
And you up here,
yep. I've been following you. I've been
uh,
following you since probably like last November. Been watching your
damn.
streams and stuff. So yeah,
Damn, bro, that's what's up, my young brother. Got to keep you on these panels, man. Hell yeah. He gonna be
appreciate it,
hell,
man.
boy. He gonna be hell. I'm 33. When you fucking get 33, you up here holding it down with some heavy hitters, man. At 22, I'm still tripping off that shit. Cause 22-year-olds ain't like you today. Takashi 6ix9ine, all of them 22 and shit. You know.
Yeah, it's a lot of us, man, like this, man, because I hang out with some brothers that's around my age, and they got some good ideas. I think a lot of times we come together, we get misconstrued behind like drugs and like the just the intellectual conversation. But me personally, and shit, I don't be want to talk. I just be want to do. To be honest with you, said we gonna go build this shit. Let's go build it. Let's plan it out. Let's go ahead and get to it. Ain't no purpose keep talking every time we get up and never get done. So that's what I pride myself on being about.
Yep. Hey, brother, you that's the energy we need, man. And I'm trying to, you know what? And just taking actions and also taking the right actions. So that's what we doing here, man. Like I think we got something going in this community, bro, but I think that it still ain't enough. It's got to be some it got to go beyond this. A lot of the movements that we're going against, if the internet stop existing, they'll still be on a road going to see their people, and they built relationships at certain venues and shit. So we gotta have people on the flat earth plane, people that's in this community that's willing to be getting venues for a lot of the speakers and shit. I find that that's very effective. We talk about the Flat Earth Conference, but one thing that the people who was running that said in response, they said, well, have your own conference. We can debate everything else, but you can't argue back with that. We can do some things, powerful, big things, because if it's one thing I do look back at the Flat Earth Conference and admire, the fact that they was able to organize that, even though I think they had the help of, let's not get into that. It's good when people can organize something together on their own and it be big. And it go but even bigger than the people who organized it. And whatever that is they organize and what the cause will be is up to them. And that'll determine how big that thing is. But we're starting it now. We got the resources, the numbers, the people willing to invest in something. But that's why I never came out with nothing. Because when you do that, you want to have some good, like, okay, y'all, here's what we're investing in this project. This is going to be big. We're going to do this. I don't just want to just do something to do it, because then the people be like, I ain't investing in that shit. It's just some other bullshit, When you call up for the people to start saying, I got a big idea, let's invest, it need to be something big. So, but
yeah, I think y'all should start a Flat Earth newspaper, man.
That's a damn good idea.
News about Flat Earth all through it. I think that'll help y'all, man, for real.
Now, Madon just dropped the jewel. Y'all can't lie. He just dropped the jewel with that now, did he? That's a damn good idea, though.
Hell yeah.
For sure, man. With the internet, you can have your subscribers and subscriptions and all that, man. And just be sending Flat Earth newspaper to your house across the world. What I mean?
And you sit there and somebody can start off as a small newspaper, flat something, whatever, and you subscribe to it and they send you a monthly issue. And we'll pay for that, $5 a copy or some subscription for a month, and that ought to be able to take care of you printing this thing and profiting. And it'll be dope because you don't got to start off with a paper copy. You can start off digital copy. See, and charge for that and just a little download, and it costs you nothing for that. That's a good idea. See, we actually throwing business ideas on all of these streams, but ain't nobody gonna do them. They gonna show up and say, "What's the solution?" We be giving so many. You see me? I don't work for nobody. I'm exploring myself. I'm about to make some like a food t-shirts. Somebody gonna get them. Hey, why not? Shit, I'm exploring myself now. A nigga who ain't business minded, I hate on that. See, look at him. You keep going to work. I'm exploiting myself. And the people who support what I do gonna make sure that they my boss, so I don't have to have a boss. That's how the game go. You gonna have a boss. It's gonna be either the people or a corporate boss at some job. So we giving y'all the game on to free yourself. I know people in Alabama that never worked a job, but they've been going to the flea market their whole life, setting up a flea market booth, selling pottery, selling plants from their garden, selling shit like that. I know old people. See, I'm glad I came up in Bama. I'm so glad I came up in the South, man, because I know what it's like to own a business. And it ain't as deep as folks making it. I know a dude who sold watermelons for generations on the side of the road. His family got a watermelon patch. He got all these watermelons on the back of a pickup truck on a busy four-way in Belsom, Alabama. His family doing that shit for generations. They ain't gotta work. They selling watermelons out of a truck. Balling. That's business. That's a business owner. We think a business owner is a nigga with a suit and a tie on, talking smart or some shit. We don't get it, man. Like when you open your refrigerator, you looking at business owners, farmers and shit, squeezing apples, selling you apple juice in a bottle, selling you canned turnip greens and shit. Come on now. This is business. Shit that's resource that you need though. It's stupid to open a business and sell shoes or some shit like that. See, that's what's valuable to black people. That's stupid. It's your business need to be based upon the shit that people need. But anyway, we dropped enough jewels in this show. I don't want to hold y'all for too long. I talked enough and I really want to let my panelists say all they want to say before we get up out of here.
Yeah, before I go, I'm just going to say you right, Sanchez, man, because I'm in Bama too, man. So, you definitely right about them selling that stuff on the side of the road. Because if you look at it, man, if you selling your watermelons for $8 and you out there for 8 hours and you make, you sell a watermelon an hour, you still making more than the person that make $8 an hour because by the time they get their check, it's been tapped. So
and you
big money.
And you work for yourself. You just hit it on the head. I cut you off, Madon. You keep going.
Oh no, I was just saying no. You're right, because it's tax free and you're working for yourself. You putting all that money in your pocket. You can go home. You can take your lunch break when you want to.
Yep.
Switch to the other side of the street or go down the road. You know what I mean? Keep it mobile. So I'm agree with you, man. That's 100.
Yep. Sure enough, right. People selling watermelons and they driving in nice cars, nice house and shit. Now, and they ain't even say they selling a bunch of different fruits. One fruit. All they sell is watermelon. That's all you can buy from them. They don't sell nothing else. And they able to feed their generations of family off that one fruit. They owe it all to the watermelon seed. Find something that's yours, what you want to make yours, and then capitalize off it. I'm just saying. I know a dude in Madon, you in Bama. Let me see if you know about this. Tell them about the peanut game, right? Tell them about the people in Bama that's been selling peanuts for generations, right? I know you know what I'm talking about, Madon. Boiled peanuts, roasted peanuts.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. They be on the side of the road just like the guys with the watermelon, man. That's set up their whole shop right there.
Yep. And they don't sell shit but peanuts. That's it, boiled or roasted. And they be jumping. That's it. Jumping. Always alive.
Yeah, you have people pulling off the side of the highway, man.
Hell
on the shoulder of the road just to get their peanuts.
For real, man. That's why I say I'm glad I came up in the South, man. Because if that shit don't teach you nothing else, it's gonna teach you how to make $1 without feeling you got to have a boss or a degree or those shit. Like just it's so many people in the South feeding generations of families simple ways from the earth and shit. It's crazy. And then you show up on YouTube and people who got good jobs and shit ain't investing in themselves. They coming online saying, what's the solution? What's the solution? And like I said, motherfuckers with no internet connection running business like them ladies in India making purses out of plastic and shit. They know the solution. They just need sustenance. They so poor, they use our plastic as sustenance to make them rich. They ain't asking what they rich in wisdom, but they poor in resources. So they taking trash from the ground, which is considered poor, useless to us. But since they so rich in wisdom, they able to turn that trash off the ground into a purse that the women selling for hundreds of dollars online, made out of trash. It ought to make the women over here feel stupid in a way though. Because we'll go pay $200 for a purse that them women made out of plastic bags. And it's dope. But what I'm saying is, it just show you like, it ain't about what you don't have, it's what you ain't doing with what you got. Let me say that again. It ain't about what you don't have, it's about what you ain't doing with what you do got. That's our problem as black people. And then I'm going to end on that note right there. Peace and love to my panel. I hope y'all share this. This was a powerful stream. Shout out to everybody that joined me on the panel today, and to everybody that was on that powerful show yesterday with O'Shea. Get in the description link of this, get in the description section of this video, and let's support Johnny. Let's help him cure leukemia. We saving a life. I need y'all help to do it. I'm taking a lot of it, half of all of the super chats that I got today, and I'm donating to Johnny. And I want y'all to do it too, please. The link is in the description area of this video. $1, $2 helps, anything. People, do a good deed, all right? Do a good deed. The description for the link in this channel, I'm going to be going over there on that GoFundMe, and I'm going to be looking to see who donating, because it show you who donated. I'm going to be making a list, and I'm going to be doing something good for them people who got a heart to help this young man. We saving a life. All right, so do that. Get in the video description area. Donate to Johnny. Also get in the video description area. Check out the powerful stream that I was, I'm so happy that I was able to be part of that stream yesterday on O'Shea Show. Support him and all the brothers that was on that stream as well. Shout out to all of them brothers. I hope y'all contact me to do collabs and network, do one-on-ones, all of that. Look forward to me appearing on another episode with O'Shea. We should be doing a one-on-one. With that being said, I'm going to get up out of here, man. If you want to debate.
Sanchez, real quick. Yeah, real
Talk
quick
to
before
him.
you go.
Oh, yeah.
I had sent you a couple emails, man. Just from me to you, I had sent you a couple emails a little while back, but I know you'd be busy, man. But just search me real quick and check them out, man. I'm gonna shoot you another one.
Hello.
All right.
Get with y'all.
All right. I'm going to do that. No bullshit.
Yeah, I got a couple ideas, man. You know, it's music, entertainment related, but I kind of want to go a different route with it, so I'm gonna kind of get one-on-one on it.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to you about that, because I got an idea on that level too. I'm trying to do a compilation mixtape. A bunch of artists in this community submit me a song. And so let me go ahead and let the people know, and go on and announce that to the people before we go to. People, what I'm trying to do, right? I'm trying to do a compilation music mixtape with everybody in this community. You don't have to be a flat earther. I was going to limit it to flat earth, but I'm opening it up now to whoever. Long as it's positive and it ain't dissing flat earth, you ain't going to have a fucking on and shit dissing flat earth. Come on now. But if you're part of this community, we're going to be making a compilation mixtape. If you're an artist, if you want to submit me a song, don't submit it yet. We're not doing it now. We're not taking submissions now, but we're going to start taking submissions soon. And every song that make the album, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start some type of funding to help me get this shit mastered. So all of these songs will sound, the mastering company blend them together. We make it to a compilation. And what'll happen is we'll put that out. We'll give that compilation mixtape out for free. Since you guys are funding the project, we'll deliver that finished album for free. And we don't want no money from it. Us artists want promotion. So every artist on that mixtape will be promoted. It's gonna be a big album. Anything you give out for free, so you're gonna be getting free promotion, and the people are gonna be funding that promotion. You see, so that's what we're gonna be doing. What y'all think,
Man, what else we need?
Hey, I think that'll be hot, man.
I want in too, and I got some bars too, man. I got some bars like
I'm down to jump up on that.
Yep. It's going down. When I start accepting submissions, I'm going to start a new email address and I'm going to come out with the videos on all of my channels, little commercials telling the artists the criteria and everything, how to submit the songs. And then we going to pretty much accept everybody's song as long as it ain't too vulgar and it ain't just hella whack, you know. We're going to put together a nice album. I'm going to arrange them in a way where I think the different beats will flow right through that shit, or get with the mastering company, get them to help with that, and they're going to blend that shit to one album. And we're going to all come together with a live stream to come up with a name for it. And we're going to put the artwork out there, put the download out there for free. And everybody can have that link on their channel. Because look, you're saying it's for free, but this is a business concept I'm giving to you. Anytime you giving away something for free, by you doing that, you also gonna get something for not free. Meaning that by you being able to tell people, hey guys, subscribe to my channel, also get a download to this free mixtape. It's free. You can download it for free. Sign up to my email or whatever. You can, here's a free album. Here's a free album. Whether you do it or not, here's a free album. People will be like, damn, well, I'm gonna do it just because my homeboy gave me, look, this is a free album, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know that scheme. You know what I'm saying? Music producers do it all the time. They be like, look, you want 5 free dope beats? Here, man, here go 5 free beats. But for you to get them, you gotta, you know, be part of their news program, subscribe to their channel or something. You know, but that's what I'm saying. It is wins for everybody because it ain't no, well, look, pay me $15.99 for this mixtape. People hurting. No, you get it for free. You don't have to pay that money that you was gonna pay for promoting now, because you getting free promotion. Duh, you see what I'm saying? Like, we gotta start thinking business minded. But I'm gonna have more of these kind of streams for musicians and all of that shit. You know, underground artists and all of that, producers, so we can start telling y'all little things you can do to start businesses. If you want to get into selling vinyl records, that's a big hustle right now. A lot of people don't know that the vinyls are on the rise. I've been making thousands of dollars selling vinyl records, and I'm ready to give up the game on that too, because I ain't the type of dude to just, if I know some, I'll share the knowledge too, man. But anyway, anything y'all want to say on the panel before we get up out of here?
Hey, I wanted to say,
brother. Go ahead, Stan.
No, it's only one liner. I wanted to tell Bro Sanchez to send me a title, man, and we can write some verses, and then I'll send them back to you through the Gmail or whatever, and you can take it to your studio after I get out my studio, put your verses to it, master it there, put it back, I master it here, and do it like that. But go ahead, bro.
No, it's
great, Bill. Appreciate you for having me on, Bro Sanchez. Shout out to the panel. Shout out to the chat. And yeah, man, just check that email though. I already actually sent you a couple of little tracks in there, man. And I had another some new stuff I was just gonna shoot your way, man, just to see if you vibe with it. You know, maybe we can link up on it.
Okay, I'm gonna check my emails today when I get off the show, and it's on. I'm gonna be getting back with you. Shout out to all y'all brothers, man. Y'all be safe. I'm gonna go ahead and close the panel. I see y'all.
Peace.
Shalom, brother. Stay up, Sanchez.
All right, much love, Madon. And much love to all of you brothers, man. I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. Appreciate that for coming through again, guys. All right. And to everybody that's in the chat room, thank all of you for coming through, sitting in the living room with us and being a viewer, you know. Makes it cozy. Hey, shout out to y'all, Tracy Smith, Joshua Johnson, John Crawford. John Crawford, I'm shouting you out even though you hating on me, because I hopefully you can come up here and it's an open platform. All you gotta do is put your email in the chat, and if I'm not doing something right, you could come up here and you could take over and you can do it. You don't gotta be I mean, how much of an impact are you doing trolling in my chat when I'm saving lives? I'm helping people. I'm talking to people on their deathbeds and stuff. I hate to bring this type of stuff up because it's like you bragging on. I don't like to go there, but you'll be surprised me being in this position, how now I'm obligated to help many people, whether I want to or not. Luckily, I like doing it. That's why I see why I'm in this position. But I ain't always right. That's why I hold open panels. So if you in my chat room trolling and you being very critical of me, why not come up onto the panel and tell me to my face? I'll mute my mic. You can say what you want to say, even if you want to curse me out. People will tell you who follow me, I love criticism. I'm not going to fucking boot you because you disagree with me and you say I'm a shithead. I'm going to ask you, why do you think I'm a shithead? So I can try to correct that shit if I agree with you. I'm trying to be better. So if you just a bitter person trolling my chat, how much you helping the community doing that? You're not. You could help us more, at least coming up here telling us what we doing wrong if we doing so much wrong. So enough talking to the trolls. John Crawford, since Bro Sanchez is about to get out of here, come to get what I couldn't read it, but shout out to John Crawford. Sleep with one eye open. The show is over, so I'm not taking any more emails. Catch us on the next show on either Bro Sanchez Live, Flat Power TV, or Bro Sanchez TV. Also, subscribe to my new channel, Bro Sanchez Raw, by visiting the home page of any one of my other channels. You'll see Bro Sanchez Raw. Go ahead and subscribe to Bro Sanchez Raw, because, buddy, it's going to be going down over there. I'm going to be... Bro Sanchez Raw stands for reviews, advice, and wisdom. So it's an analogy on that channel. I'm going to be looking at videos. I'm going to be going through, and then we're going to have a vote. Maybe I should bring back news rants. We're going to see. But shout out to my brother Rajna, man. Okay, Raj, send that to me, my brother. Big shout out to Rajna, man. That's my brother right there, man. My brother from another. Shout out to the HOTC. Brandon David was in the chat room tonight. I see you, Brandon, out there. Brandon David is another one, man. The brother was self-producing. He came into this community. He built a great community over there on Discord. So go and check them out over there with the HOTC. You know what I'm saying? So that's another presence that this community have on Discord. So, you know, we have an extension on other social media platforms where Brother Sanchez might not be putting content on Discord. Well, I got people from this community who are already on Discord sharing my information and making a presence for Brother Sanchez over there. So I have to commend people like that. Shout out to them brothers. I don't know nothing about Discord, but I don't have to know nothing about it because these brothers, they're an extension of this community on Discord. So if you know something about Discord and you like this community, I would say go to HOTC on your Discord and you can kind of get this kind of vibe on that platform. Shout out to those brothers. Shout out to Lady Legs. Shout out to SBDM Radio because let me mod you up to SBDM. I do know who you are. I don't know what happened to your wrench, but another music source for us conscious people. I fuck with them. Shout out to the brother Fam G. Shout out to the brother Lightwork. Flatter Card Music. Like I said, the show is over. I'm not taking no more emails, but in the future, we'll open it back up. I did have some super chat donations I wanted to shout out before we got out of here. Shout out to ATP Music. My brother Flat Plane, Mr. P. Shout out to my brother O'Shea Duke Jackson. I didn't even see him come through and drop the super chat right there. I didn't even see him come through and do that. And see, that's another reason I fucks with O'Shea, man. And I support that brother to the fullest, man. And shout out to the brother D Marble. D Marble still got his foot on the neck of these globalists. He didn't never take it off, y'all. He didn't never take it off. Now, I took it off for a minute now to hop over to some other issues that was plaguing my heart. But the brother's still putting the heat on their ass. I wonder if D Marble getting into debates because I can't get no more. So I'm glad he doing these a lot of these experiments. Let's support the brother because the debates are finally truly over. Not because the flat earthers scared or refusing them, because just don't get them from globalists no more. I want to give a shout out to Eyes Open finally. Another shout out to all the brothers from the HOTC and Be Strong. Shout out to Be Strong. Another shout out to O'Shea. I didn't even see O'Shea show up and make that donation, man. That's love, bro, for real. And listen, shout out to everybody I mentioned in this video, man. Shout out to everybody that was on O'Shea's panel yesterday. Like I said, guys, if you didn't see that show yesterday on O'Shea channel, get in the video description section. I got a link to it there. And when you over there, subscribe, hit the notification bell, because they have a lot of topics that's, I'm going to say, controversial. But they discuss them very mature, professional. And that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? They discuss a lot of controversial shit that we supposed to be arguing about. We do it in a professional way. And that's the level I'm trying to get on. You know, because I ain't gonna lie, I be getting ghetto sometimes. But anyway, I gotta just say, man, I appreciate y'all support, man. ATP Music, Karen Ramirez, Jenkins Simon, MGTOW Savior. Always, he said, always keeping it real, my brother, and you help open my eyes to truth. Shout out to MGTOW Savior. I appreciate that donation, and I appreciate that comment. That's what keeps fueling me to keep going. Y'all, I got powerful presentations on the way. Powerful slides on the way. We're not quite done talking about the pygmies and the Dogon. Y'all, there's so much that we can reveal with these two, studying these two cultures. But we're going to be going into them on a deeper level like you never heard before. Deep into the symbolism. Stay tuned, guys. Got a lot to talk about, more than just flat earth and things even beyond that. And shout out to everyone that sent the donations. Shout out to all of my Patreons and to everybody that support me via the PayPal donations. It's a link to my PayPal in the video description as well. Shout out to my brother Back to Your Roots Herbs. Shout out to my brother Subtle Infinity. Shout out to my brother Backpack Zoe. Marilyn Brown, what's good, sister? And shout out to my brother ICU. Shout out to the sister Sarada Infinity X. She's a moderator for many channels. She's a good moderator. Flat Power, sister. Shout out to my sister Inquisitive Bunny. Shout out to my sister Everything's Love. My sister Real Talkaholic Shantae. All of these are my moderators that help with this channel. Shout out to my brother, the Flat Truth, Sean Hyman. D Marble is going live at 8 o'clock. I'll be in the chat room. If y'all want to continue to chop it up with me, I'll be in D Marble's chat room talking to everybody in his chat room too. And also checking out his current research. Please, everybody, meet me over there. Meet me over there. We got us. He doing some big things, so I'm gonna be over there on D Marble's channel in the chat room, looking at what my brother got going. So let's go over there. Let's go over there and send the brother some donations and super chats too, man, because to compensate for a lot of this work that he's doing coming out of his pocket.